All right, I'm here. Ty, how you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How's life?
It's good, man.
You
I'm
took
ready. I did, it's well, I gotta go back to like the early part of 2020 to find the last nap that I took. So I consider that a good omen. Wear my shirt. You remember when I bought this shirt? You were there when I bought this shirt?
Absolutely, I do. How you feeling? You feeling happy? You feeling nervous? You feeling excited? You feeling anything goes? Where's your brain?
Brain's all over the place right now, but I feel focused, I got solid like 45, 60 minutes of rest here.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you have a
Yeah,
screen ready to watch? I have
I do.
Northwestern up in the end of the third quarter. I don't know if you want to watch that until the game starts. It's fine. Can you call Mama H? Can you put Mama H on speakerphone? Is that something we can do?
We can. Yeah. What are our capabilities here within this tool? Are we able to do like audio only, or is that a possibility?
I mean, we can send her the link if she wants to come on via video.
She definitely does not want to come on via
Yeah, I was going to
video.
say that feels very aggressive to do to somebody.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I can come up with something here. Let me see if I can give her a call. I don't
by
know
the way,
how.
if you're watching this wherever you are, Twitch, YouTube, or Twitter, just throw us a comment in the video box to make sure you can see and hear if there's any issues, so we can diagnose that quickly. I think everything is working well. Yeah, see if you can get her on the horn. Wild ending to Cincinnati, Georgia. I enjoyed that very much. See and hear, Citizen Life. Thank you very much. Glad to hear it. I should have changed my shirt color. Oh well. You told me you were in gray.
Just go shirtless, man. Just go shirtless.
It's you don't want that. You don't want that. Although my hair, I don't have a lot of, it's not bad. Oh, Ty, is this what you traditionally eat? Is this something that you do? Is this the pork and sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut.
Is
Yeah,
that what it looks like? What you normally have?
that's the pork and sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mama H was like, I made it. Thanks for not coming up today.
Wow. Yeah.
So
That
a little
kid.
bit of a tense moment earlier as I think emotions continue to run high on game day. Look, it's the freaking Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Emotions run high. I didn't go up because we're actually
Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl in
Rose Bowl, right?
in North Texas. Yeah.
That's right.
The yellow Rose Bowl. Does that make sense? Isn't the yellow rose of Texas? Isn't that a thing?
Amarillo, yeah.
Oh.
No, I didn't go up because we're getting freezing rain at the moment, which is not ideal.
No.
So alas, I did not go up there, but that looks pretty close to.
I'm gonna move away so we're roughly the same size. I feel like I'm just like I'm on top of you. Okay, we did have a question. This was from OJ. We didn't get to it on the Brew&A that we recorded yesterday. If Notre Dame goes to 13 and 22 personnel almost exclusively, so 13 being one running back, 3 tight ends, which they do. They do have power sets that they turn to. 22, of course, 2 running backs. So presumably Kyron Williams and either Sebo Flemister, I always forget, and or Chris Tyree, and then 2 tight ends in there. So real straightforward power sets instead of spreading the ball out and having speed on the field. Do you think that gives them a better chance of winning or a better chance of being blown out, or both? Like if they really try to just take the game 4 yards at a time.
Right. Well, look, the answer is both. The answer is both, because it depends how successful it is. If they're able to play that game 4 yards at a time and control the clock and take the air out of the proverbial ball and limit the number of chances that Alabama has, then yeah, that would be great. But I'm very skeptical that that's going to be the way that this game goes. That's not going to be the tenor of this game. They're going to have to take some shots down the field. They're going to have to try and take the top off the defense, because look, Alabama's been in that situation before. They know that there are teams who are going to try and take the air out of the ball against them. And eventually they will cheat. They will bring their guys forward. They're going to force Ian Book to eventually make that play down the field. So
yeah,
maybe for some limited period of time, they'll have success with it, but I just don't see it working throughout the course of 60 minutes.
Okay. Did you text your mom, by the way? Is Mama H able to come on?
I can give this a shot if you want.
Yeah.
All right. You might have to pump up my volume. I don't know.
You are very brave to do this. Seth Bob says, love these live sessions. No problem, Tiger Chant. Loving having you via Twitch.
On speakerphone. Can you hear this?
Yeah, really pump it up, though, loud as possible. And keep it close to the mic.
Hello?
Mom, can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
H. Mama H.
I can hear you.
So you can't
Yeah.
you can't hear Dan. He's yelling.
Mm-hmm.
But right now you're on live with the entire internet. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. Looking forward to
So before we go any further, Dan showed a picture of the pork and sauerkraut that you would typically make. Not your specific pork and sauerkraut that you would make. He's showing it now, again, for the
Okay.
entire internet.
Why can't I see anything except my little thing that shows I'm on the phone?
Because this is a phone call. What?
I know, but it's just like it's not going big. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. You're trying to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch right now because you'll get an echo. Just put that aside. I need you to focus on this.
All right.
I want you to talk about pork and sauerkraut. What is the origin story of the pork and sauerkraut?
I want to know how she feels about Notre Dame.
Well, the story is that when you begin a new year, you're going forward, and that an animal that is a pork will scratch forward.
Whoa.
Good things happening, whereas if you have chicken or turkey, they'll scratch back, and so it doesn't bring you good luck. It brings you back to where you were last year. So you want to move forward with a positive take on it, and that's what the pork thing is.
Okay. Well, I guess then
forward. You're moving forward, not backward.
All right. Well, the logical next place to go then is how are we feeling about Notre Dame? Are they going forward? Are they scratching backwards like a chicken? How do we feel here? Where's your heart?
As Notre Dame in my heart, of course we're moving forward.
Well, okay, but that was not what we talked about all week. So I want the unadulterated Mama H here. How are we really feeling about this game?
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, come on.
It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, you know.
How do you feel about Ian Book?
Well, I think Ian Book's come a long way, and I'm happy about him right now. Anyway.
Mom, you are not running for political office.
Yeah, come on. We need some honesty here.
We need some honesty on this broadcast. That's why people are watching.
I want him to do well. What can I say? He's improved a lot. What are you talking about? I'm not going to.
He has improved. He has improved.
Ian Book.
Do you?
I'm watching it on TV, by the way. Tom Rinaldi's doing his Pasadena, California thing right now.
Is he getting super sappy?
Ty, that is so ridiculous. Of course he's getting super sappy.
You know, this is his
name. Next to him, his name in the dictionary is super sappy.
This is his bon voyage because he's leaving to go to Fox. Did you know that?
I think you told me that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like something that I recalled that easily.
All right, Dan. Do you have any questions for Mama H?
What did she do today? How are her nerves right now?
Yeah, Dan wants to know what you did today and how your nerves are right now.
Well, what I did today was I made pork and sauerkraut.
Obviously.
I put away some of my Christmas things. I watched a little bit of Netflix, and you know what? I'm not really nervous. I'm just hoping it's not a blowout. That's all.
Hoping it's not a blowout. I think you're speaking truth to a lot.
Capturing.
Yeah, you're capturing the essence of the Notre Dame fandom right now.
And you tell him I'm waiting for his pizza recipes, and I'll let him know if they're true Italian pizza recipes.
They're Italian-American. Well, actually, no, there's Neapolitan influence for sure.
He says there's Neapolitan influence for sure. He'll hit you up. He's got your email.
Absolutely, I will.
Yeah.
Tell him I wish him and his family the best right now as we begin a new year.
Yeah. All right. So here's I guess the question, and then maybe we can touch base with you at some point throughout the course of the first quarter, or however long we do this.
Yeah.
What do you have a score prediction? An honest score prediction. We know you want Notre Dame to win, but
come on.
I do want Notre Dame to win. I do. 49 to 27.
Okay.
Irish?
Notre Dame or Alabama?
Alabama.
Okay, so you've got money on this game, is what you're telling me. They're covering.
No, I don't have money. I have no money on the game, but I just, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I would love it the opposite way, to be perfectly honest, but
yeah. All right.
You know,
Well,
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for the Irish.
all right. I will touch
Hey,
base.
if I swear, are you going to hear it?
Yeah. Swear,
Yeah,
please go.
absolutely. Please go for it.
It's the internet.
Okay. All right.
Again, you're live for the entire internet. This will live on in perpetuity.
Sure.
Okay, Tyler, I've got to remember that. Right?
No political statements right now. Okay, just we're
I'll
sticking
try
to football.
I'll try to behave.
All right. All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay, hon.
All right.
Go
Love you.
Irish.
Bye.
All right, Hun, what is your prediction?
What did I say on the show? I think I said
you had Notre Dame covering. You had them losing by like 13-17, somewhere in that.
Yeah, I think it was like a 17-point game. I think I had something like 42-24 or something like that. A little bit, a marginal improvement from what we saw the last time that I wore this shirt.
So basically, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the advanced numbers, and I explicitly or implicitly trust Bill C and the very specific elements of his stat profiles. Here comes a burp. Excuse me. I apologize for that, but that's real. That's the real Dan experience. You beat Alabama in two ways. You either go downfield against them, you really challenge their corners and their secondary, or you're able to push them around a little bit. And I mean, when I say beat Alabama, I'm saying hypothetically, because they have not lost a game this year, but where they are weaker and where they look a little bit different, this Alabama team has been constructed to hang with faster teams who throw the ball really well and they run the ball laterally. The Alabama's built to beat Clemson right now. Notre Dame attacks teams in a different way, down to down, than Clemson does. They are a more power-oriented team, even though they have spread elements. You see them relying on the offensive line. Ian Book will line up under center with multiple tight ends. Which direction is Notre Dame better built if they're going to put a dent in the Alabama defense?
Yeah, no, I think that's right, Dan. I really think that's right.
So downfield or power is where Notre Dame can.
I think they can run. I think they can run. I feel okay about their ability to run on Alabama. And the downfield thing, I think, is really the X factor. If they can't establish something early enough in that regard, then it's going to be problematic. Because that's just a game. Alabama's a quick strike offense. They are a quick strike offense. You got to cover Devontae Smith. You got to figure out what you're going to do about Najee Harris. One of the things that I heard Lee Corso actually talking about on, I don't know if it was game day or maybe just a little thing he did, a virtual thing with Kirk Herbstreit that was posted on social media. But I actually thought it was a good point. He said Mac Jones is not quite the mobile quarterback Trevor Lawrence is. And if you can get pressure on him, if you can get in his face, you can potentially make some inroads there. I think phalanges pretty well with what Bill C said in his preview, again for ESPN.
Phalanges.
Thank you.
Whoa.
I have a college degree, But what he said was, what Bill said in his piece was pretty much the same, that if you can find a way to get pressure on Mac Jones, then look, this isn't like new age football analysis here. It's sort of the same case across the board, but you get in a guy's face, they're less accurate. And Mac Jones hasn't had a lot of guys get in his face this year. So,
no, I mean, there are some guys who really respond to blitzing and pressure really, really well. I mean, I remember Jameis Winston. Like, if you tried to blitz him, especially it was 2013 was the huge year. He got rid of the ball quickly, and he always, whether it was Nick O'Leary, there are guys who really do thrive when things get messy in the pocket. So no, Mac Jones isn't necessarily that guy, but he is still a pretty calm operator.
For sure. So we've got questions coming in here if you want me to read off.
Yeah, no, let's get them. Let's get some comments and questions.
Paulie on Twitch. What up, Paulie? He says he loves the Dyer was down pennant that you've got in the background.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Or Roll Tide, I guess.
Tiger Chant. What up, Tiger Chant? He says, obviously Ty has his old shirt on, but what is y'all's opinion on keeping him wearing a t-shirt from a losing game? Does it change based on your team's affiliation? He's gotten parens here, a group of 5 school that may not always get back to big games. So I've obviously got this shirt. As I posted on social media earlier today, I bought this when you and I were in Miami the last time that Notre Dame played Alabama 42-14 in the BCS National Championship, then the BCS National Championship. I've had this shirt all these years to the point now where I don't know if you can see the Notre Dame helmet is starting to look a lot like the Penn State helmet because the cheap screen printing has worn off over the course of time. But I don't know. Do you have a take on that?
I like you thumbing your nose at superstition here. I like you saying it doesn't matter. I'll wear what I want to wear because it is honoring the previous matchup. And so I'm diving fully in to thinking that it doesn't matter. I like that. I like the thumbing your nose. Have you worn this shirt for other Notre Dame games, that like other big Notre Dame games, and has the shirt come through for you?
Listen, dog.
Listen, dog.
We're working from home right now.
Yeah.
I've been wearing this shirt to work.
I believe it.
I've been wearing this shirt just like a normal part of the rotation, even though it's seen better days, even though it's not what you'd consider biz cash to wear into the actual office, but it's fine for the virtual office. So I've been wearing this thing all throughout, waiting to get sweet revenge on the Alabama Crimson Tide, and maybe today is that day.
We need to make sure, because if we're watching the better part or the entirety of the first quarter together for this game, we need to make sure we're relatively synced. You watch games via what? YouTube TV?
I do. Yeah.
I have I'm just watching it through a browser through the ESPN website. So I don't know what we need to do to try. I assume you're ahead of me, but is somebody asked, is Dan in a safe place considering the Northwestern score riots any minute? I'm safe. I'm behind at least 2 doors right now, and one of them is locked. So, they're not that aggressive here.
Right now, I've got the requisite flyover.
I've got flyover too. I've got Pasadena flyover.
I'm seeing the Rose Bowl.
Oh, now I'm seeing the Rose Bowl logo. Yeah, the close in. Okay, so I think we're within a couple seconds of each other.
We're within a couple seconds. I think I'm probably a little bit in front of you.
Yeah, tell me when it changes.
All right, let's find a recognizable frame here that we can sync up on. They just cut to a shot of the field.
Water. Oh, I see water leading up to AT&T.
Let me know when you get to a shot of the field where they're doing sort of like the drone flyover of
the field. Okay, so 5 seconds, 7 seconds separating.
Yeah, I think I got it. I think we're good.
Did you just pause and unpause? Okay.
Pause.
I'm now seeing, let's see, shiny light, darkness, space possibly. Oh, okay. I'm seeing flappings of quarterback graphics.
Yep. We're going to pick somebody and I'm going to pause on that.
Okay.
All right. I am going to pause with Notre Dame running out of the tunnel.
Oh, hold on. I'm buffering. Okay. I'm seeing slow motion right now. Slow motion highlights. This is so fascinating to watch. So fascinating.
This is what we have to do because
have you eaten well today? Are you hydrated?
I'm drinking tea right now out of my Solid Verbal mug, solidverbal.com, verballers.com if you're interested.
Do you feel like you have a clean digestive system right now? You're not being weighed down?
No, I feel like it's clean.
Good.
Yeah.
Vince Young, Georgia, black and white, flappings. There's Kenyon Barner, confetti, Ian Book.
Okay, now you're ahead of me somehow.
2021, Rose. Crowd shot. Do
you see the graphics, Notre Dame-Alabama?
I see Rose Bowl game. This is the good stuff. Now Notre Dame-Alabama. Yeah, I see the graphics.
All right.
96 ounces of water for Tigers.
I'm pausing right now. Let me know when you see Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge.
And Sean.
Boom. We are synced up, my man.
Okay. Done. Love it.
We're ready to do this thing.
So is Herb Street doing the game with Fowler? Because Herb Street's home in Nashville with COVID. So he's doing it remotely?
He's doing it remotely. I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm sure Fowler will, cover up any kind of artifact.
But wait, Fowler's in the stadium, though.
Yeah, Fowler's there.
Okay.
Fowler's there. Maria Taylor is there. But
yeah, I figured.
I believe Herb Street's doing it from the home office. And thankfully, he said he doesn't really have any symptoms. He can't smell or taste, but otherwise he's feeling okay.
Right.
Which is good news, but obviously had the positive test and has COVID at the moment. And I was curious how they were going to handle that, to be honest. I didn't know if they were going to try and sub somebody in, but seeing as how it's like the A team and the biggest game of the year. I'm glad they were able to make it somehow work.
I have to imagine there's if there's some sort of line. I know they do this for radio guys that have been hosting at home. I forget the name of the technology. Something deck or decks. That there's basically no lag. People are hosting radio shows at home and interacting with somebody with no lag. We record our show, and we've gotten to the point where even though we don't have super crazy fast internet, I think mine's pretty close to gigabit, we don't have lag latency. We just have conversations, and it's no problem. So I assume, though I think the NBA has had some issues early on this year with announcers at home, I assume for a game this big, like Herb Street has like a crazy situation audio-wise, video-wise. Yeah. I guess it's different when it's radio versus TV because you're trying to transcode, decode a signal as well, a video signal. But I'm sure that there's basically made a no lag.
For sure. So I'm looking here to try and get a last second read on the point spread.
Yeah. What do you have?
It doesn't look like it's moved a whole lot. I have been dying to try and get the Clemson line at 7 or below. I have yet to see that happen. If I can get Clemson under a touchdown, even though I'm really confident that Clemson is going to beat Ohio State, that hook. The hook leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man. I'm nervous about that hook. But I guess if I were a betting man, and I am, I would be inclined to go Notre Dame plus the points and Clemson minus whatever at this point.
Will you be annoyed? I don't know how often Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge, Penn State, right?
Correct.
Do you get annoyed when they call Notre Dame games? Or are you good with them?
I think they're pretty good. I like
buffering. This is bad news. Okay, well now we're back. I'm seeing a large pass with like a tracer. Okay, you're good with McDonough and Blackledge.
Yeah, I think McDonough is about as professional and vanilla an announcer as you're going to get. And plus you have a couple moments during the game where he's somehow able to raise the volume of his voice. The timbre of his voice goes from like 0 to 100 and a long pass to Devontae. You'll get that out of him.
Yeah.
And it's always unexpected because he seems sort of...
But he doesn't go out of his range, right? He knows where his range are. He can go up and down within his range. But he compresses everything in a really impressive way.
There is a serious Sean McDonough restrictor plate situation that we will get to experience here.
Oh, the rhythms of the McDonough voice. I don't know if you've ever heard Jason Benetti do his impression of Sean McDonough. It was like him around with no. It's that no. He's got the very specific engine to his voice. I think he's very good. I like Blackledge for the most part. I like Todd McShay. I'm okay with this crew. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the crew, and I am curious, back to the previous point, how Fowler handles working virtually. I'm sure ESPN has a full-fledged technical armada at play here to make that as seamless as possible. The one thing I've noticed when they're doing some of these remote broadcasts is that they have, and this is of course the nerd in me talking, it does not sound like they have fully mixed down the stadium ambiance with the audio coming in remotely. Like it doesn't quite feel cohesive, like it's all part of the same thing. So if Herb Street sounds a little bit louder, or just, I don't know.
Well, I assume these are like the best two production crews, right? For the playoff. It's the A and B crew. It's a double, by the way, double sideline. Allison Williams on the other sideline. So it was one sideline, Allison Williams, who's very good as well. What I assume is we're also dealing with skeleton production crews. So perhaps there's not somebody live mixing everything in the same way for the E team, but I assume there is going to be a relatively robust crew for the college football playoff. So I think the audio mixing will be fine.
What one would assume. And I know that they've got this game on like 8 different channels now. ESPN.
They're not wearing the Yankee uniforms. Oh.
What's that?
Notre Dame's not wearing the pinstripes.
Oh, God. Thank God. I'm glad they didn't decide to do something like a green jersey. You know?
Yeah, I don't. Notre Dame's not messing around on this stage.
I don't really like the white variation of the uniform, if I'm being honest.
Is it an off-white?
No. It's just the
Oh, you
version,
prefer a
the away
navy.
version of uniform that they've worn for ages, but I like the blue and gold more than the white and gold.
Yeah. I tweeted this out. I don't know if you noticed you did notice the Cincinnati, Georgia red and black on red and black.
Dude, what was that? What was okay, we need to give a backdrop. So for those who are listening, watching for the first time, everything you need to know about us is scrolling across the bottom. Dan's done a good job of that. We're a podcast. We talk college football. We will continue talking college football long into the offseason, the dark, cold, not always literal months of the offseason. But
here's pork and cabbage as well. Okay, continue.
Thank you. But here is sort of the other caveat here. We tend to bring a lot of like our personal stuff to the podcast.
Of course.
And one of the topics that I know you love talking the most about is my color blindness.
Yeah.
My color blindness comes out in full force when I'm trying to focus on a red image atop a green field.
So Notre Dame playing a red team because Bama's in their jerseys.
Well, no, it's more of it's a darker red. Okay. Not the color, whatever the red was that Cincinnati was wearing earlier was like brutal, but it's that popping red color on a green field to me is basically invisible. But then on top of it, Georgia decided to go with sort of like the inverse, right?
Red helmets, black jersey, yeah.
And you texted me that it was equally as hard for a person with normal eyes to see that.
It was. So I saw Roger Sherman, our buddy over at the Ringer, tweeted that it was like watching a Falcons inter squad game. Just both squads wearing practice looks. All right, so Blue Bloods exhibit, College Football Hall of Records. Here we go, graphics package. I think I like Bama big. I like Bama big.
It's fine. It's fine.
But look, I liked Georgia big, and they snuck by last second. So what do I know? I don't know.
No.
Okay. What do we have here? Oh, Lou Holtz. That's always fun. Lou Holtz as side by side with Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people deserve to be in the same conversation. So this won't bother you. Alabama's jerseys don't bother you against a green field. I know there's a big Rose Bowl logo in the middle. We got our nice Rudy was offside signs. Very creative, everybody. Very creative. First people to do this. I'm not even a Notre Dame fan. Tiger Chan, did you see the Cincinnati, Georgia bottom line looks smaller than normal? I didn't notice, actually, so maybe it was. Shout out to Oregon, still the true reigning Rose Bowl champs with the last win in Pasadena. Needs more Korean knockoff animations. I agree. That's what I was waiting for as they were entering the Hall of Records. A borderline offensive Korean Lou Holtz. But unfortunately, it was just a normal graphics package. All right, so I have Bama lining up to kick. I got the kicker jumping up and down.
All right,
I'm giving myself a little bit of audio, but I don't think my mic is picking up.
You're ahead of me. If you want to pause it and start it again real quick. I think you're only like a couple seconds in front.
I don't know if I can pause. I can just
stop kickoff.
Kickoff. Okay. We're right there. And caught.
Not a great start. Not a great start to this football game as Tommy Tremble jumps on a fumble.
Okay, it's
and we're off, Dan. Oh boy.
Auspicious start.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, I will say this. I'm watching the Watch ESPN, and on Watch ESPN, I don't have the bottom line. So just from a graphical perspective, this is more enjoyable than my standard game stream. And they have new graphics for the playoff.
It does look that way. Yeah, it does look that way. And so, look, Notre Dame's got to jump out to a hot start here. They have to.
I have a snap.
Here we go. That's going to be the story of the game.
Scrambling for three. Nothing doing.
Nobody's open. Ian Book runs. And what's not been made apparent to me is whether or not that's on Ian Book for not finding an open guy, or if the guys are literally not open, which to
Right.
be fair, both could be the case. I have put a lot of that blame on Ian Book over the years, but maybe it's not all his fault.
All right. Tight formation. Looks like a couple tight ends. 3 tight ends. Okay. There you go. There's a first down.
Kyron Williams saying, "Get the F out of my face.
Chains, baby.
Get out of my face. Let's go.
All it took was one play.
Let's go."
What's for dinner? Have you thought about it?
I have thought about it. Kate was asking me earlier. I'm actually not sure yet. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I don't have the bottom line. Somebody mentioned it. I just have the graphics. They look good. They're less fat belty. That's a backwards pat. Oh, okay. Went out of bounds. That's nerves. I listen. Ian Book has only played on the stage already once, so let's bump up some. Yeah, let's get some brightness going. My screen.
Ooh, I don't like that play. Ooh, I didn't like that. I did not like that. All right, there's one shot of Reese in the booth. For a Winter Wonders game, we have the over-under at 5.5.
Oh, man, that's going to be over for sure. All right, second and long. Look, I think those passes are excusable this drive, right? They're in a giant NFL stadium. You have the pressure. You have Alabama, but that's the problem is that's an easy throw.
The problem is he made that throw. You got to make the throw.
Easy 8. If you're not getting an easy 8.
3rd and 15. This is like a dump off pass.
Doesn't matter. The first drive does not matter. If you're not turning the ball over, it's okay to just literally punt the first drive. All right. That's fine. It's, you get more yardage, whatever.
That's just
I'm telling you, I'm going to be more Notre Dame optimistic today than you will be.
But the thing is, I'm never optimistic when
I know, but that's an open crosser over the middle. But I'm telling you, you can write off anything first drive unless it's a turnover.
Mom H just sent me this. I don't know if you can see this.
I can. It's Mickey Mouse looking very upset.
Yeah. Mom H is none too pleased with this.
All right. That's a very good punt. Look, you got him starting on the 20.
You think Bama just heaves one up here to Devontae to send a message first possession?
I mean, they have done that. Yeah.
No.
I'm on the record. I'm not a huge fan of Drew White.
Yeah. You don't like
my optimism, Derek, is not to troll Ty. I have watched my team in a number of big games, and I have had to talk myself into being more optimistic than I should be. So I've learned to write off opening drives on big stages. See, that's, it's a nice opening play. Good blocking out wide. Come on, Ty.
Someone says this is way more fun than the broadcast. Thanks, man.
Yeah. It's genuine emotion from you.
No, you're going to get it. You're going to get that. I wish we could do it in a little bit more real time, but whatever. Pause your
Jones's
TV
picture.
2 seconds.
Oh, buddy.
Thankfully, no horse collar call there.
Somebody D Leathers, the watch along tomorrow for Clones Ducks. I plan on hopping on with Jeff Schwartz. I think in the second half because he has plans. So we'll go Ducks Clones coming at a halftime, I think is the plan. I like these easy plays for Alabama. Not easy, but nothing too risky.
They're trying to get their guys in space.
Look,
is what they're trying to do.
You just tackled somebody in space.
Yeah, they're trying to get
Billingsley.
Their playmakers in space. They started off with a lot of stuff close to the line. They're setting up that play where they sort of pump fake it And then they've got Devontae Smith running for 60 yards down the sideline. That's what they're trying to do. And they're trying to isolate Notre Dame's defenders one-on-one, force them to make a tackle in space because they think, rightfully so, that they're more athletic.
All right, we got some wide splits. I want to see what Notre Dame does in terms of a push up front. They're getting after. Good job, Notre Dame.
All right. I like that. It's a good play by Mac Jones, though.
It is. But
Mac Jones. Rolling out, weak side, throwing off the short leg to an out. That's a nice play.
Yeah. And that's what I was worried that Notre Dame didn't have enough of, those hot routes when things get a little bit hairy.
Right.
Whereas you had somebody peel off quickly.
Okay.
The graphics package is a little bit of luxury strip club to me. I haven't been to many in my day, but the black and gold. Oh, Najee. They just open up the middle of the Notre Dame line.
This is going to be a problem. Who's this dude clapping? I don't like him.
Oh, he's the Landon Dickerson, right? He's the center that is out this game.
I'm sorry he's out. I don't.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You wish injury upon college students. That's what I'm hearing.
Just a little too happy. I'm not vibing with that right now.
Okay.
Oh, there was that sort of look. I'm moving my shoulders. There it was.
Play. It's Kyle Hamilton, right? He covers ground.
1-4.
Look at that. Oh, man.
Going for Slade Bolden. Like a wheel or some sort of...
I think Kyle Hamilton is what people thought Taylor Mays would be. Like that 6'4" safety everywhere.
Yeah.
That Taylor Mays didn't really work out to be. Kyle Hamilton's fun. You were on the Kyle Hamilton train day one.
I was on Kyle Hamilton when he was like a junior in high school.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out better than the Zaire.
See, look, they know that.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. They know that they can get isolation out wide.
Yeah.
And they're more athletic. So look, this is fine.
Right.
This is fine here. This is exactly what I think we expected. And this is why I've been saying for a long time Notre Dame's got to outscore them if they want to win.
Real speed looks slow to me. Like the fastest dudes don't look like they're trying to be fast. And that's what Devontae Smith is.
Right.
And so this is Alabama. This is 80 yards.
Question here on Twitch. Is Ty wearing a shirt from the game Bama destroyed Notre Dame?
We need to pull a Gary Patterson sooner than later.
Yes, I'm wearing the shirt. I'm trying to exercise the demons of this shirt. Sir or madam.
Yeah, I think Devontae Smith could power walk faster than I could sprint all out.
He just sort of glides, doesn't he?
He's
got a
gliding thing. It's the Percy Harvin, DeAnthony Thomas. It's those types of dudes where you're just like, they can look around running 4.3s. They can sort of just get a sense of everything happening. Yes, I will waltz into the end zone.
It's like Neo at the end of Matrix 1, where it's just the fast movements come very easily to him.
So I'm going to revise my first drive is not a lot to worry about for Notre Dame. Real quick here, if I may.
Hey, come on over to this side of the fence, man.
No, I'm not worried about Notre Dame in the way you are yet. But if you don't force the other team to say what I said about Notre Dame, the cocktail gets a little spicier.
Yeah. Tim saying on YouTube that I may want to go shirtless after that drive.
to shed the evil 100% beefy tee cotton threads that surround
Here is what will happen. I'll tell you this. Yeah. So I think this is probably a good point to bring this up. If on this drive we have the same kind of success as the last drive, I will go and I will change the shirt. I will not go shirtless because nobody wants that. I'll go next door here, pull out a different shirt and see if maybe it brings us better luck. I'm not above that level of superstition.
To be clear, Alabama went 80 yards down the field without throwing a pass farther than like 7 yards, 6 yards. If that.
Yeah.
What was New Year's What was New Year's Day breakfast this morning, Ty? I'm going to distract you from some obvious pain.
New Year's Day breakfast is what we like to call here in the Hildenbrandt household a special omelet. And a special omelet entails some tater tots that I cook for long enough that they kind of disintegrate and fall apart and basically turn into hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
Had some.
You're cooking them in a pan in the oven. What are you doing?
Pan, yeah, cooking in a pan. Shiitake mushrooms.
Down
nice and chopped up finely, and some spinach, some American cheese, and some shredded cheddar cheese, just for nice little affect on the top. Cook that down and
it's delightful.
Make a nice little omelet.
You know what? We were talking about dishes that you might want to work on in 2021. I thought of another good one because you and Kate are breakfast people, right? Breakfast, brunch, like you like your omelets and things like that. What about chilaquiles? Vegetarian. I mean, you can add meat, but you don't typically do. So it's basically soggy breakfast nachos. You let chips soak in salsa, then you like throw a fried egg or something on top.
You know, one of the main points of contention I think I have with my wife. I hope she's not watching.
No, hold on. This is the time.
She does not share the same love that I have for nachos.
Well, this is just chips soaked in a salsa with a fried egg on top. Yeah, we're not talking sour cream. You don't need sour cream. You don't need, avocado. You can, but it can be just very simple.
I love her to death, but she just doesn't like the nachos the same way I do. So it's all right.
Whereas my situation, I've discovered in the last 2 or 3 years, is there is still a very aggressive sorority girl mentality inside of Jody's heart, where she'll say things like, I forgot about how much I love buffalo wings. Nice run. And like, Dan, have you ever had loaded tots? My wife does not sound anything like that, but she'll discover how much she loves bar food with each successive dish. And so she will do bad things to a plate of nachos.
Yeah. That was like the meathead voice from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
That you were superimposing on top of sorority girl mentality, which is an odd juxtaposition, but I like it.
She was the president of a sorority at Michigan. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, nothing doing there. But third and manageable, Ty.
Look, I'll take third and manageable.
I'm here for emotional support. You keep the Bama defense on the field, you can move the ball sometimes.
But let's get a first down. Let's get some momentum here.
Somebody, the Chop, wanted to know if you would commit to taking a nap on camera, which at first I thought was inappropriate, but I do want to know the answer.
This chair is not nearly comfortable enough for me to fall asleep. And plus, I took a nap earlier. So the odds of that happening twice in one day are not. I don't sleep for the most part. So
right. Did you nap on a couch or the bed? Here we go. Third and short.
Couch.
Okay.
There he is. There's one of the baby Gronks.
There you go. Baby Gronk. People in the comments also suggesting shakshuka as a possible dish to master. Are you a fan of shakshuka?
I don't know what these things are.
Shakshuka, delicious. Roots in, I think, Middle Eastern cooking, maybe Moroccan, but it's basically baked eggs in like a spicy tomato sauce with maybe a crumbly cheese on top.
Nah, I don't want that.
I think you'd love it.
I'd probably like it, but I'd
dip some crusty bread in there. Come on, Ty. Here we go, Ian Book. Here we go. Where else are you going to find two people obsessed with production value talking about breakfast over a college football playoff matchup? Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, it is a stick game for Notre Dame. It's staying ahead of the sticks, and they're succeeding on first down. Aside from that first drive, a couple nice first down plays.
I didn't notice that Notre Dame had names on the back of the jerseys.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I think the lateral game is where Notre Dame can't get too ambitious. Yeah. Like, that'll work against Syracuse. That'll work against North Carolina. But I think they need to go between tackle a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see who blew that. Oh, it was a safety that came up. Okay.
Yeah, see, this is I think precisely what we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah.
If you keep trying to run that 4-yard offense, keep trying to run the ball, eventually you're going to have guys cheating up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be as open. Now we got 3rd and 7, which is, oh God, what is this?
All right, we got wide splits. We got a little quarterback run. Okay. That's a decision on 3rd and 7.
I don't get that play. I don't understand that, Dan. Do you?
If you're saying we're going on 4th because we're midfield and
Right.
let's set up 4th and 2, and maybe they give themselves a number of we need to get to 4th and 3 or 4th and 2, and they didn't. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very strange play call.
Giving the ball back at midfield. I know 4th and 5 isn't 4th and short, but all right, you get field position. It didn't really matter that much before.
Did that hit an Alabama guy?
We'll see. I see some pointing, but the ref said Bama ball. We'll see.
Because if they could just do that every time they get the ball and get
Players
deep into
looking up.
Alabama territory.
There we go. Let's see. Replay. Oh, it snuck by him. I'm going to need another angle, folks. It was a smart play for Notre Dame.
I don't think it hit anybody.
I don't
Did
think it did. Let's see what people are saying. Dan's comment about not playing laterally, awfully prescient.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I've watched my team succeed against lesser teams, getting to the edge with speed, and then it not fully working when you play an Auburn defense, a Wisconsin defense, guys like that. So, thank you guys for driving the lines down. This should be minus 21 easy. Oh, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
Pilot wants to know, or just suggesting, throw in some merguez sausage. It's a good Middle Eastern sausage into a shakshuka. I think you should make a shakshuka for you.
I have no idea what this stuff is.
Here, I'll put a link into a shock.
I have no idea what this stuff is. I want simple, basic.
This is simple. It's a tomato sauce and eggs.
No. Like, no disrespect to ethnic cuisine.
Oh man, here comes some disrespect to ethnic cuisine.
No, my preference would be something of the American cuisine variety, a staple that we all know and love, that I can master and get very good at.
You can make this with the ingredients that are in your here. Look, you ready? Ty, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here's shakshuka. It's a tomato sauce that in a cast iron skillet that you throw in some eggs and you throw it in the oven for a few minutes. And you pull it out and you eat it with, you can use tortillas, you can use crusty bread. Come on.
I don't know. What kind of tomato sauce? What? I don't know if I like that because I'm
get some crushed tomatoes and simmer it with some seasoning.
I don't know.
This is a good distraction though from what might feel like an inevitability.
This is making me feel better about that quarterback run for like 2 yards on 3rd and 7.
First of all, we've got great commenters. Andy Smith, American cuisine is an oxymoron. I like that.
All right. Well, that, what?
The derivative nature of eating in America.
Someone also saying shakshuka is commonplace.
It is.
It could just be my lack of culture. So
I guarantee you, you could get a decent, if not very good, plate of shakshuka or pan of shakshuka or whatever within 20 minutes of where you are right now.
Here's the poll I want to take of the people watching this.
I'm not talking down to Ty Soda Popinski. He told me he didn't hear of shakshuka, and everybody in the comments loves shakshuka.
0. Type in 0 in the chat if you've not heard of shakshuka.
Okay.
All right. I just a 0 from the folks who have not heard of it. Just as
Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, people are. There's a bunch of team ties here. It's a bunch of team ties.
Well, it's not a team anything. So I don't.
What I'm doing is I'm helping people, and I like to be helped, and I like to learn about food. I'm hopefully introducing shakshuka to people because people like tomato sauces, people like eggs. All right, Alabama. Oh. Somebody said they're from Texas, and shakshuka is not commonplace here. Texas is a country. There are 7,000 cities in Texas. I don't think you can say in a monolithic way that it's not common. Maybe it's not commonplace, but I'll bet you can get banger shakshuka in Houston. We've talked about the new score bug a little bit, Soda, and I'm a bigger fan of the thinness than I am of the regular fat ESPN title belt scoreboard. And I don't have the bottom line on this stream I'm watching, so I'm fine with it right now.
Has Alabama gotten stopped on any play so far?
Maybe one.
Man, I still don't get
Success
that.
rate high. Success rate high.
What was that quarterback run?
It's only acceptable if you're like, we're going on fourth no matter what. It's midfield.
I don't get that, you know?
Alabama's just going yak here. They're just swing passing and knowing that they're getting 7 to 8.
This is exactly what we talked about.
But isn't this also, and I swear to you, this is not, it's going to sound like me patting myself on the back because I do enjoy doing that. But remember when I was talking about my problem with Tommy Rees is there were just not enough easy plays baked into the offense. Alabama's just leaning on easy plays.
Oh!
Okie doke. Okie doke. So, when are we doing 2021 previews?
Good hell.
Who's number 4? Is that Crawford? Who's 4?
No. That's McLeod.
Okay.
Wow.
Because usually you hurdle and immediately get tackled because your momentum is dying, but nope. Oh man, you never want that freeze frame to be that guy.
79 yards.
Robust.
Oh my God. Wow. All right. So look, I have to hold good to, I can't even talk. I have to hold true to my word here. And I have to go change the shirt because the shirt is
yeah, change the shirt.
Serious.
I'll answer some questions while you go change your shirt.
Go full frame and I got to change this. I got to find something.
All right. I'm full frame. All right. I'm full frame. Does Bama cover 19.5 in the first quarter? There's only 4 minutes left. So I would put there's a 60% chance. Yeah. And salute to Ty's bravery. Yes, I agree. Magic. What do we have here? Not playing like champions today. No, they're not. Here's the thing. They're on a blowout streak. Notre Dame fans didn't like it when I said that team's being blown out in the conference championship games. Are they rioting after a Citrus Bowl win in Evanston? They might be. I don't hear anything, but I'm pretty sound. I've got the soundproof foam in here. Let's see what else. When is Brian Kelly throwing in the white towel so I can cash my easy money? Might be shakshuka. Maybe, yeah, somebody said might be shakshuka time, Ty. David said that. There are worse ways to spend a halftime than learning how to make a delicious baked egg brunch for dinner. Time to take the dog for a walk. That was fun, gents. I don't blame you. Yeah, the leap over is a football posterization. It most certainly is. I mean, there's a couple of other instances, but Notre Dame's players are getting fresh air and exercise. They're not getting fresh air. They're inside. They are getting exercise. Although Bama's scoring pretty quickly, so I don't even know how much exercise they're getting. Dan, how confident are you that Cristobal is at Oregon for the long term? Not very. I'm not confident anybody really is at whatever place they're going to be at for the long term that has gotten their job in the last 2, 3, 4 years. It's just the nature of the beast. But I think he will be there minimum. He'll be there. He'll be coaching in Eugene, good or bad, in 2023. That is a place I'm confident in. All right, more comments. As Nagy, I'm all right with not facing Alabama again right now. They're a fully operational Death Star. They're not even fully operational. Jalen Waddle's not here. Landon Dickerson's not playing. They've had injuries. And here they are. And also, Mac Jones, for as amazing as he is, he's not really a runner. So maybe Bryce Young is the fully operational element. But man, where they are right now with confidence. Ty's back. Let me get Ty on here. Ty, how you doing? All right, let down look ahead.
Okay. I'm wearing our official Solid Verbal let down look ahead shirt.
I like it.
Which you can get at solidverbal.com/shop for those.
Shop
members.
or store?
Store. Yeah, what am I saying?
Store. Yeah. Shakshuka Twitter. Shakshuka Verballerhood showing up still, Ty. Everybody's suggesting maybe that now's the time to go raid the pantry.
Now
see
we
if
can
you have
turn this into a cooking show, right?
Yeah. I have a somewhere here. I bought a GoPro and one of those GoPro straps to actually make cooking content at some point, basic stuff, because it's a long off season and I like cooking. Smart, safe choice, Ty. It's according to the Sween Machine.
What up, Sween Machine?
Time to order you a Navy, as in not the color, but the Academy, a Navy shirt for the GM of the Dynasty.
Yep.
Okay, so this drive for Notre Dame feels important, both from a time and result standpoint.
I'm hopeful that there's not going to be another quarterback run on 3rd and 7. The hell is that? Terrible play call. So like you said, the lateral stuff's not going to work against Alabama. They're too athletic. They're too quick. I do think that they had a little bit of success running, which we saw early.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to win by doing solely that. But this has been the question throughout the course of the season. And it's obviously shown up in games as recent as the Clemson game, that debacle in the ACC championship. What are you going to do? You're going 3 wide. What are you going to do to try and stretch the field? That's a good play. That's a good play on first down, right? But how are you going to play off that in the passing attack to try and get some yardage down the field? We're 11 minutes into this thing? They have yet to really show that dimension. I don't know if they have it against a team like an Alabama.
I have liked watching Notre Dame's offense with jet action, with a little bit of misdirection, even though they're not going to succeed a ton laterally. It's difficult to against guys this fast. I have liked when they've gotten a little bit creative with the rushing game.
Well, sure.
A little shift here. Yeah, apparently we've got a screen coming. And I like screens. I like screens very much. There you go. You got an explosion play, Ty.
Look, this is what you said on our preview show when we talked about this game, when we recapped the Clemson game. And again, when we talked in the preview, those easy throws.
Blind squirrel, Ty.
We didn't see any screen passes, I don't think, in that Clemson game. It sort of got out of hand too quickly. But I
didn't see screens against North Carolina, too. I think when you have a guy who's so good like Kyron Williams, to leave him in for pass protection all the time, and that's Tyree, right? That was Chris Tyree.
Yeah.
But you got to. That's what infuriated me about the Marcus Arroyo Oregon offense for a couple of years. You got to pick up free yards when they're handed to you.
Yeah.
See, running between tackles, get 4, fine.
And that is the strength of the Notre Dame team.
It's the left side specifically, right? Eichenberg and who's the left guard?
Oh God, I'm blanking.
I can picture him, but yeah, I know who you're talking.
Yeah. But no, I mean the line. Why can't I think of his name? The line in particular is the strength of this Notre Dame team. So, lean into that a little bit.
People want to listen, shirt. Okay,
listen.
So this is where, they're almost in the scoring opportunity inside the 40, right? This is where things got dicey against Clemson because they did move the ball early on in that game, and then they just couldn't finish. Yeah, I don't fully think
Aaron Banks.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think Notre Dame's offensive talent is even average. I think they're really good there. But it is what we talked about with Tommy Rees, where you're just like, we need to get a little creative. We need to get that easy stuff because, by and large, college players are not that good at tackling in the open field.
Right.
I hate seeing everything be so difficult for Ian Book, even successful plays.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We have a little bit of juice for the Irish here.
I got to put my headphones on.
Yeah. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. So it does say pod like a champion right there behind Ty, not poo like a champion. But as a show, I think we get behind both. We absolutely get behind pod and poo like a champion. A lot of experimentation for that solid verbal neon sign for Ty. Let's see if I got anything good on my phone. It's been buzzing. Nothing too crazy. Nobody's sliding into my DMs, Ty. That's a shame. So they score here. It's interesting.
All right, hold on, Dan. I'm still having a hard time getting you in my earphones.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you not sign up for my webinar? I don't know that I've had Wendy's breakfast. Maybe it's new. I like Jack in the Box breakfast. Jack in the Box breakfast. Delicious. Very fitting that Tommy Reese is giving Ty fits all these years later.
Right back where we started, right, Dan?
Yeah, it's true. I felt like Tommy Reese, in retrospect, was calm in rough seas. He had a low ceiling, for sure. But he didn't mess up that often. Tell us about that awesome taco pennant. That is from Etsy. It says, eat more tacos, which I recommend people do. When are we coming to Charleston? Oh, man. Have you been to Charleston, Ty?
I haven't. I've heard great things from you specifically.
Great. Charleston's so great. Right on the water. The food is just, it's bangers only, Ty. The food is just incredible. I had every meal I had in Charleston was incredible. A lot of history there, obviously. We went on a boat and did like a tour of the bay or whatever it's called. Bring back the Reese's sound. If he earns it, Ty.
If he earns it, we'll play it.
Yeah. They're staying pretty heavy in terms of formations.
All right.
Keep Kyrie in there.
Again. 3rd and 4? Something like that.
All right. So that's 2nd and 7, yeah. 3rd and manageable-ish. When do we get up to Buffalo? Have you spent time in Buffalo, Ty? I've never been to Buffalo.
Through Buffalo.
I've never been to Western New York. Get some beef on weck. Need a West Coast trip for Dan to return home to Oregon, too. Man. From your mouth, I haven't been to Oregon in a long time. Get up to Portland and Eugene. You would like, aren't there like amazing golf courses in Oregon? All right, I'm going to stop distracting you. 3rd and 3. Here we go. I think he got there.
I think he got that, yeah. Someone says, never mind all these U.S. cities. What about a world tour?
Ready. Azteca.
What?
Man, solid verbal in Tokyo. Seoul. I'm dying to go to Seoul. Come to Fayetteville. Surprised we can't hear Chicago burning. I love these references to a Citrus Bowl win from the Cats. Okay, here we go. Notre Dame. String them together.
Oh, man.
I don't know who your right tackle is, but you just got to be like a drum.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the back. It was the left guard. It's your guy, Aaron. Yep. Lateral speed. I guess that's the difference between a really good player and Quentin Nelson.
That is a really nice patient run by Kyron Williams right there.
That's real nice.
That's a nice run. That was a
third. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That was a busted play.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he should have been stopped for nothing. Really nice play.
This
There
is
you
one
go.
approach.
Look, if you can Stanford Alabama, that's fine. But doing it down 14 when there's no indication, you're going to have to be able to pop and turn them over. I just worry about Tommy Rees on a 3rd and 2 when they've been rushing really well, when they've been running power really well, rolls out Ian Book for something dumb that hasn't been working.
Yeah.
How's Mama H doing? What are the texts looking like?
I haven't seen anything yet. We're probably due for a proof of life here. But we're feeling 14-0 after a quarter is not ideal. But this is the kind of drive that they needed to get a little bit of confidence because the Clemson game in particular, that was over after 3 drives.
Right.
And I think we were really close. We were on the precipice. Now, a lot can go wrong still. But we were on the precipice of that happening again here. I'm just not confident that they or really anybody can stop Alabama. So it was important that they have a longer drive, that they give, first off, their defense a chance to catch its breath, but also just build something in so they can establish a routine, some confidence. So
do you need me, by the way? Do you need to go fix audio stuff?
Here.
Do you need to go fix audio stuff?
You need to fix audio. Why don't you go full screen? I'll jump right back.
Full screen and I'll answer some questions. Go reset your audio stuff. Here we go. Lion Eye. I don't see the face, but I don't know what's going on with Illinois. Let me know what's going on with Illinois. I feel like I remember Ty saying if Notre Dame is down 14, it's over. Ty loves that phrase. He absolutely loves that phrase. And it's tough, but it's early enough that things can happen. But if it's a continuous 14 points, Notre Dame hanging around by 14, that'll be obviously tougher. Obviously endgame is Dan takes Ty to various countries to try food and Ty can't pronounce anything. The chop. This is the dream. This is the absolute dream, to figure out how to get paid to take Ty around the world and have him try foods and have him pronounce things. I'd love to take Ty to Seoul. I think that would be amazing. Because I did take him to get Korean barbecue and he loved it. I'm speechless every time I watch my team. Is Edzo's still open in Evanston? I believe Edzo's still is open, Drew. I believe Edzo's is still a thing here. I went many years ago. Ty's back. Ty, are you better?
I'm good.
Good to go?
We're good.
Just talking food. Favorite in-person sporting event? Watching a baseball game in Seoul. Think WWE at a ballpark. Ty, we got to go. We got to get to South Korea.
Would Solid Verbal go into South Korea?
We got to do our show at Daegu.
Can we do a Solid Verbal's Got Soul branded T-shirt?
I don't see why not. We would be the first people to make that pun with that screen printing. Do you have a favorite enchilada filler? I don't think I do. I like chicken tinga inside an enchilada. I like the shredded chicken. The solid verbal.
Solid verbal? That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I would love to go. I would love to go to Seoul. What things did you have on the Korean barbecue? Well, I know we had bibimbap. We had our I know that's not technically Korean barbecue, but we did have pieces. I want to say we had short rib and maybe brisket. I forget our exact.
Talking about our trip to the Korean restaurant?
Yeah, Koreatown. All right, here we go. Notre Dame, 1st and 10. Red zone. Energy.
Man, Ian Book is not settled in here. He's got the happy feet.
He's just not throwing catchable balls right now.
But I'm okay with the plan here of late, trying to build the whole thing out of Kyron Williams.
Okay.
I'm okay with that because he seems like in the early going, he's...
Well, Notre Dame is... Well, they're keeping Alabama's offense off the field. And they're setting up the Bama defense. as deep as they are. So to get worn down over the course of the game, they keep pushing them back 4.5 yards at a time. Okay. I mean, 3rd and 2.
Have we seen anybody try this approach over 60 minutes against Alabama? Try to run it down their throats?
Not in a while. I mean, there were LSU teams who succeeded just in keeping it close. There were, the Arkansas team from 2014. And remember, Clemson came out in one of their national championships after showing a lateral rushing game, went straight at them with success.
So here's what was interesting on that last play. I know we don't have access to replay. Maybe they'll show it.
First down.
But Alabama is now starting to bring edge pressure, or they at least tried to bring a corner off the edge there.
Yeah.
And, maybe this is Notre Dame now setting up for some sort of screenplay, something to get Kyron Williams or Chris Tyree or even like a tight end in space, slip them out a little bit.
Sure.
Maybe a quarterback draw of some sort.
I don't hate, well, not with this formation. Oh, here we go. I don't hate play action at this point to Mayer or Skowronek.
No, I think you're right. But they're trying to set something like that up.
Right.
And I like that approach. I like that this is kind of a slow clock eating drive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the right tact here because.
Yeah. By the way, A&M did try that this year. Just so, we're getting the comments. And Georgia for a little while in their last couple matchups.
Yeah. Okay.
Eventually, though, you need tentacles. You need different strategies.
No, it's true.
14. Yeah.
All right.
Keeping it tight.
Just building the whole thing out of Kyron, man.
That's fine. Look. They're going to have 3rd and goal to go from what? The 3?
Yeah. Okay. Book should just run up the middle. It's easy for me to say from the
it was a nice throw, though. And Moses did get away. Yeah.
3rd and goal. Can't settle for 3 here, can you?
Absolutely
There's
not.
2 of Reese in the booth. My 5.5 lines.
There he is.
Right now.
Yeah, 3s don't get degrees against Alabama.
No.
All right, another timeout.
Notre Dame's 2nd timeout of the half. Okay. Look, if you're going to burn a timeout,
let it end in 6.
Let's let it end in 6. Where's everybody watching us from today? I think we've got.
Yeah, give us some locales.
Got a lot of folks watching across Twitch, across Twitter or Periscope, whatever we call that thing now. YouTube. Let us know where you're at. We've also got, if you're interested at some point, Dan, we've also got the Uncle Joe Colarusso, who is texting me feverishly about this game, who may offer a little bit more color.
Oh, okay.
If we're interested in that. Uncle Joe, if you're watching it, you want to be on speakerphone here, let us know.
Montreal.
I can give you a call.
DC. We got, is it
Quebec?
Quebecois.
Durham.
I went on a couple dates with somebody who corrected me. It's not Montreal. It's Montreal to the locals. She was.
All right. Should I bring Uncle Joe in?
You can throw him on speaker?
I'm going to throw him on speaker.
Do we have the server capability to handle the traffic for bringing on Uncle Joe?
Let me do this.
We got Durham, Philly, Syracuse. Oh, Vancouver Island. I've been there. It's beautiful.
Uncle Joe here.
Uncle Joe, you're live on the internet.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what drives me crazy. Bill Parcells always said, make them stop. If it's working, don't go away from it. Make them stop it. Don't go for the trick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that it seems like that's.
They're running the ball. Keep running it right at them. Stuff it down their throat.
It seems like that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
How did you feel after those first 2 Alabama drives?
I
felt like turning the TV off and going and watching the Honeymooners. They got the Honeymooners blast every New Year's. You know what I mean? They play like all 39 episodes, and I sit there and I watch it. And I drive your aunt crazy. She says, "You've seen these 100 times over and over again." I said, "Yeah, but they're funny as hell, man." I mean, the Honeymooners are the best sitcom there ever was. I mean,
you can make it to the moon, Alice reference if you want.
The more I laugh when I watch, I can't help myself. You know.
Hey, so
here we go.
All right, now you're ahead of me. Don't spoil it.
I'm a little ahead of you.
Don't spoil. You're a lot ahead of me. I'm still at the KFC commercial.
Yeah, we're watching KFC.
Oh, really?
So don't give too much away for our home audience. But all right. We're now going here. They're showing what happened to Tommy Tremble.
What happened to him?
I'm still
like someone fell on the back of his leg.
Yeah. Oh.
It doesn't look promising. He's going into the injury tarp. All right, so now we're at the point now where we're going to see 3rd and goal here.
Yeah.
Michael Mayer in motion.
Well,
looks like
what happened, but
is that a touchdown?
In my opinion, it's a touchdown.
Is that a touchdown?
Okay.
They hit the ground. I mean, I thought the ball. That's going to be a touchdown.
All right, Uncle Joe, I'm going to call you back a little bit later on in this. All right.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
I tell him I'm great. I don't
he says he's great. He can't talk directly to you because of our technical
glitch.
To the
moon, Alice. To the moon.
He says to the moon, Alice. To the moon.
To the moon.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
I'm 1,000 years old, Ty, that I know honeymooners catchphrases.
Yeah.
I think he narrowly edged it.
That's
what was the call on the field?
I think they called him down.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe it's tough.
Do we have a reverse camera shot? What about that other camera?
I don't know where the ball is. That's the problem from that angle.
That's what I'm saying. We need the other side of the field.
I don't know if you can give it to him then.
Here we go.
If that's called down on the field. Okay, here we go.
I don't think he's in.
I don't think he's in.
No.
There's nothing conclusive enough if it's ruled down on the field. I think he's short. All right, whatever. You can get
I think you go for it though, don't you?
Yeah, you absolutely 1,000
go for it.
Go for it. Is there something conclusive to you?
No.
I think his ass is down it's far too close to call. Yeah, ass is down.
Oh.
Ass up. Sorry, I'm not singing that song on the internet.
I don't know. This is tough.
I don't think there's
I think they're going to roll him down.
Yeah.
You know, for as much shit as we give referees, I can't imagine making that call in real time.
By the way, Bud Elliott's tweeting about hurdling his toddler son like Najee hurdled the Notre Dame player.
All right, so they're going 4th down.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I don't think you play in a playoff game to kick it from the 2-inch line.
All right, so here we go.
Don't overthink it. All right. So he probably got his reaction. All right. There you go. No brainer. There you go. Look, it's a sound strategy.
Woo.
It's an especially sound strategy, Ty. If you can get a quick stop here, then you will wear the Bama defense down. I don't know if it means a win. You have to couple this with a stop.
Was that
that was necessary.
Drive?
I mean, I think that drive started when the ball dropped last night. Excuse me, but not really.
15 plays, 75 yards, 8:03 off the clock. Wow.
8-minute drive, yeah. Yeah, Borden's saying they're not going to get a stop. I I mean, it's very difficult to see, but maybe offense a little cold on the sideline, a little antsy.
Mama H sent me the GIF of all the Seinfeld characters in Jerry's apartment doing the thing where they're
the dancey on, yeah.
All right, so look,
Notre Dame scores its first playoff touchdown.
they score their first playoff touchdown.
Its second attempt.
And they absolutely positively needed to get points on that drive. They came out. They knew they had to commit to something.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Reese, to his credit, stuck like Uncle Joseph, like Bill Parcells has said. They stuck with what worked.
Mm-hmm. Now they're showing old clips of Amari Cooper.
Now they're showing old clips. Maybe this shirt change had something to do with it.
The old GP shirt change.
Who's to say for sure? We don't know.
Man. Oh, the Notre Dame on big stage graphic.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That would have been good. That would have been a good Winter Wonder thing.
Will they show the,
Yeah. Notre Dame struggles at times.
That's actually a pretty good.
I'm getting better. Thank you.
You've been working on that.
Notre Dame.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
it is not
in
bad.
The second part of what he says, he wavers a little bit.
Yeah.
A little vibrato. All right. So we need to have a good game. We need Notre Dame to tackle. It's just no yards after contact.
Right.
All right. Good kick coverage. Starting off at the 16, 15. Here's Allison Williams.
Really good. Like, even if you don't have his exact.
Well, it's easier when you're just on the fly, but yeah.
Right. All right. So this is a big deal right now.
You know what I enjoy? I'll get into it in the next break. I have a very specific thing that I enjoy that sideline reporters do. All right, let's see what Alabama has if they go downfield at all. I would just keep giving it to Najee, actually, but
yeah, just fight fire with fire, right?
Oh, I love that. That little look. Continue. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Bama going 5 wide here. Don't like that. But bring in Najee. Is that Najee? I can't see.
Yeah, he's still on the field. Yeah, 22.
What kind of odds could I get on Notre Dame?
By the way, what do the live lines look like if you want to check?
The live lines? Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, what would be very attractive to you at this point?
I did throw some money on the Washington football team -3 because all of the Eagles are hurt. My friend texted me that one. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's look at live lines here. Live line is still Alabama -21.5.
Okay. It's not a horrible time to jump on Notre Dame if they're going to, even if they don't score every time, if they can eat that clock, that's a harder line to cover.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty tight. Devontae. Golly, what are you supposed to do?
They're just trying to get their guys in space, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can name one guy who'd be nice in space. Yeah, David, you're right. Jason Benetti does the best Sean McDonough. But I guess a lot of people, that's like the Christopher Walken of play-by-play impressions. Everybody has a Sean McDonough. Dude, I like.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to. It's a good game plan.
Who's 4 for Notre Dame? Who's on Najee duty?
Is that how did he catch that?
Yikes!
They're gonna call holding. Who were you asking for?
I was just trying to figure out what defensive look Notre Dame is showing.
What a catch, by the way. Number 4 is Nick McLeod.
Okay, corner.
Yeah, cornerback. They're boundary corner.
All right. Well, so they're playing some sort of zone look, it looks like. Notre Dame will win this game.
Settle.
Wow. No, I'm not saying that. 17 Clipper in the comments on YouTube.
That was before this play that we're about to see.
Did Alabama score too quickly? Does he not look like that a jogger?
Yeah,
in the open field.
Ooh, it's a hard landing, but a hell of a run.
Held on. What did he land on? His elbow?
No, I think he landed on his butt.
On his ass. Okay. No, it's wrist and yeah, that's a hard butt landing. Sure.
He'll be fine. No, 6 plays, 84 yards.
2 minutes.
Look,
no,
this is the same thing he just did.
Sleep in Miami, to be clear.
What's that?
Somebody's asking if this is when Ty would have fallen asleep in Miami. They went down bigger than this, and Notre Dame was far more listless on offense than what they've looked like today.
Yeah. Impressions so far of what we've seen. By
the way, that was McLeod, by the way, number 4, who had Devontae Smith duty. I don't know what you do. You have to, I guess, beat the shit out of Devontae Smith at the line, but he's also just too technically good for that to affect them for too long. And they're also using him differently. They're motioning him, so you can't really do that anyway.
Yeah, they're trying to get that matchup right. They would love to get Nick McLeod on any of their guys.
Yeah,
put Nick McLeod on Najee Harris or on Devontae Smith or even Slade Bolton. Try and get one-on-one matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Try and get one-on-one matchups and just trust the fact that you probably have better athletes. I think is really the game plan. And that's why you see all this motion stuff. The motion makes it a little bit easier to recognize who's in one-on-one matchups.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're doing. My guess is that Clark Lee knows that's what they're doing. I don't know if he's got any means to stop it at this point. If you're Notre Dame, look, what you just did on offense, I don't know how long that's going to keep, but what you just did on offense, if you can drain the clock and get it to 21-14 at half.
Mm-hmm. Well, so eventually what's going to happen is Alabama's going to say, all right, we're bringing a safety up. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. This has been the Kyron Williams show thus far for Notre Dame. They've been relying on their offensive line, which, to its credit, is very good, maybe the best in college football. And Kyron Williams is a patient runner. He can do a little bit of the power game if he has to, but he's just very patient. And I think has gotten better throughout the course of the year. If you can rely on that running game, which they are very good at, to keep you in this game, to keep your defense somewhat fresh, at some point you got to get a stop. You got to get a stop. You got to get a turnover. You have to force a mistake. And you have to continue to play relatively flawless on offense yourself. But that's probably the script at this point. I don't know what else you do. Like, you got to hope that Alabama trips over a shoelace or something and that you could stop them. But
it's not even just the shoelace thing. It's you hope, Mac Jones overthrows Devontae Smith or something like that. And Notre Dame has to immediately score. Like, they can't get that stop and then not score. Like, they have to flip what the drive chart looks like essentially right now. So it's not even just that stop. It's a two-part ask. And somebody asked if anybody, on Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame can actually stop Devontae Smith. I'm gonna say prime Patrick Peterson. What are we calling
Peterson? Prime icon Peterson.
A longer, larger. We have to expand the scope of this conversation than these 3 teams. That's the issue.
A really good point here by Jason. He says the juxtaposition of how effortlessly Bama scored to how hard Notre Dame had to work for their touchdown says a lot.
Yeah,
it absolutely does. It absolutely does.
That's the theme of our show is why is everything so difficult? And what Notre Dame has a couple of guys that they really thought were going to be more in the way of game breakers at receiver, right?
Well,
freshmen, experienced dudes, hurt dudes.
The receiver position has been a problem.
Yeah.
it's been a problem since February. Just trying to figure out who are the playmakers going to be. They have guys who, you know, in certain circumstances, they've been able to get big games out of Javon McKinley, right? Or Ben Skoranek. But it's never been a consistent thing.
Right.
Just when you think that they're building more of a rapport with Ian Book, they kind of vanish. And it's never gotten to the point where anyone feels too confident with that as like a major part of the game plan. We can rely on Javon McKinley.
Right. Have they had two good receivers at the same time? More Kyron Williams, 3.5 yards. Have they had two good receivers since Michael Floyd and Tate?
And I think they had Miles Boykin and Chase Claypool.
Okay.
On the same team.
Yeah.
Receiver at Notre Dame has not typically been a weak spot, but given the way the depth chart played out this year, you know.
All right, here we go. Empty set. Ian Book has to do something. More Kyron Williams for nothing.
You're just building the whole thing out of Kyron Williams.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now it's a passing down. Now it's not as easy. Oh, no.
This is where it comes off the swivel, Dan.
Yeah.
This is where it happens.
I mean, Alabama's on pace to score 28 in the first half.
Wow.
Okay.
George Takix? Is that who that is?
Yep. So the third. Oh, because Tremble's out.
Yeah. Putting his helmet on. Doesn't look like he can walk.
That's an issue.
That's a real issue. He's a big part of the offense, so spray some of that magic spray from the World Cup on it.
The run game too, yeah.
Kyron Williams is going to get like 75 touches this football game.
I keep waiting for Notre Dame to show what they're maybe setting up.
Yeah. It's like an NCAA where it's flashing setup, and they just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
Bama players creeping closer. Secondary creeping closer to the line.
Yeah. See.
Heavier box. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, you're getting $1.50.
Someone suggests they're setting up more Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams. Yep. Barmore's good. I like him. Dan, it's all setup. They're making the whole plane out of setup.
Right.
No plan for the landing. Yep.
3rd and 8. These are the scenarios where.
Look, if I'm them, I just plan on 4th down at this point, knowing you're going to give up 45. You can't punt the ball to Alabama. You need to get 5 yards and go from there.
Avery.
Complete off the middle, then incomplete.
That was good. Ian Book has not stepped into a throw yet. Have you noticed that? Everything's been off his back foot.
Yeah.
Very tentative. Avery Smith actually playing a little bit of defense there.
Who was that on? Was that a bad? Yeah, it was a bad throw.
Devontae's back in. I think this is where it comes off the swivel, Dan, if it happens. I think this is where it comes off the swivel. What's notable about the way that Alabama has scored its points thus far, there really haven't been any risky plays.
Right.
It's been a lot of stuff close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Obviously, you give the ball to Najee Harris and he jumps over a defender. What are you going to do? But everything has been about isolating matchups, getting one-on-one scenarios where they can just out-athlete you. They haven't had to look down the field and throw the ball 25 yards in the air. It's all been
How
very
long
high
was the
percentage.
Devontae, or not the Devontae? Was it Billingsley who caught the deeper route in the end zone? I don't know if it was 20. Maybe it was around 20, something like that.
But you get my point, right?
Yeah.
It's not Bama has not had to take any chances, and it feels like every 3rd and 8 for Notre Dame is a huge chance, huge opportunity for things to go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I'm Notre Dame, I just never punt at midfield unless it's 4th and 14 or something.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, if you're going to give yourself a chance to win this game, you can't take away 25% of your opportunities.
Right.
I mean, we've reached that point.
We have. Alabama has stopped Notre Dame, I think 3 of their drives.
Yeah.
Notre Dame has stopped Bama, none of theirs.
Yep, that's math.
At some point, we're going to need some stops here. And it's going to have to result in points.
Agree.
I know this is high level strategy that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
man. Okay. So stop here would be nice. Stop into points would be very nice going into the half, obviously. I mean, I imagine Clark Lee is trying everything in terms of what Alabama is showing. They're not showing too many new things. Has Bama even faced a 3rd down yet? That's a good question. Have they?
I can look that up.
Yeah, please do. They faced a 3rd down, apparently. 3rd and 1 sneak, yeah. Has Notre Dame thrown a pass greater than 10 yards? This game or on the season? Probably
It's a fair
on the
question.
Yeah.
I don't think they have this game.
No. I don't think they have. Oh, what I promised earlier, by the way, is when sideline reporters reiterate a pep talk that a head coach has given to his team. Brian Kelly just said, "Look, guys, we just have to keep being us." There's always there's like the intro was like, "Look, we just got to keep doing our thing." Reiterating a pep talk. We'll just
John says, "What if the Notre Dame defense is trying the setup as well?"
It's true. All right, here we go. Oof.
I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do, Dan.
2nd and 3, 2nd and 2. Down to the 30.
Mac Jones, by the way, is 12 of 13 for 173 and 3 touchdowns, and there are 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
What is the average yards per attempt on that?
I mean, it's well over 10 yards.
Yeah. Okay, well, you got 3rd and 1. You got 3rd down here. Just can't handle Sark.
You know, we did just say that Alabama, have they faced a 3rd down yet? What if we try that logic on, like, have they even come close to an interception yet? Have they even come close to a fumble yet or a sack yet?
Dan has complained about the gold down. No, not the down and distance. The gold black combination is not my favorite, but I actually think the graphics package improved just because I don't have the bottom line. It's a skinnier belt for me, not watching on my Roku.
Have they had any negative plays? I'm assuming you mean Alabama.
Right.
I believe the answer is no. Bama has something like 272 total yards thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame has faced 9 3rd downs.
If I gave you 16.5 as an over-under of Notre Dame total points, where are you falling?
16.5, I would take the over.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take over on that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you force the passing down. Special teams player of the year. Come on. Let's get a game. Get a stop the ball.
Mm. Just don't know what you do.
He closed not that well, actually.
If you're Sark, you will take Sean Crawford on anybody. You take Sean Crawford.
Mismatch.
Yeah, on Devontae Smith all day.
Crawford's a safety. Yes.
Well, Crawford's a defensive back. Yeah.
Oh,
He played corner for a number of years. They moved him to safety this year. He still finds himself in a lot of man-on-man coverage. And, he's a guy who could have come back for a 7th year next year because of
injuries,
the eligibility stuff, the
Right.
weird eligibility rules this year. He has opted not to.
Okay. How much room? They have him in the slot. Devontae. Oh, we'll end around. Notre Dame's there. Good job. All right, another passing down. What do we have? What do we have in the comments, Ty? Where's some energy? The somber in Ty's eyes.
Somber.
Big negative play. Dan, would you rather have a nice New Year's Six bowl where you actually felt like you had a chance? I think you addressed this on a pod, but I forget the answer. I guess it depends on the matchup. Last year, I did not think Oregon would fare that well in the playoff. So I was happy as an Oregon fan that they had Wisconsin, who ultimately beat. They needed all sorts of weirdness to do it, but
well,
I think depending on the team you have and the team you would face, it's worth gauging. But I think there's a lot of value in not getting blown out in the playoff and winning a New Year's Six game.
Right.
But all things being equal, if you feel like you have a decent chance against like I went into the Oregon Florida State game thinking the Ducks had a pretty good chance because of all the times Florida State needed to sort of come back or sneak by a team in the ACC. I felt pretty good with Mariota there with as much experience as he had. So I would not have wanted Oregon in a New Year's Six game that year.
No.
And they went on.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the question asker X-Dub or X. I'm just going to call him X-Dub.
Yeah.
Wait, ask me for my opinion.
Yeah.
I always want to play against the best team possible. And I know that may not always be the best approach for building a brand, but if you can get to the playoff with a puncher's chance,
Oregon lost one. Yeah.
I always want to play.
Well, it's also like, what do the Bulls look like going into that game? Like, what if Notre Dame year in and year out is, sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but they continuously find themselves in a New Year's Six position. You want that next step.
Yeah. Well, there's also other components to it. It's one thing to get in the game and lose, but having FaceTime in a game like that in front of recruits is still a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
Big recruits want to play in front of as many eyes as possible, and It's the biggest stage in college football.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think it depends on the team, but yeah, you want the stage unless it's patently clear.
Yeah.
That a juggernaut is waiting to just tear you limb from limb.
Speaking of padding, can I talk a little bit about how great I feel right now about setting the line at 5.5 for the number of Tommy Rees shots of him in the press box?
Oh yeah.
We've had 2 so far.
I mean, it's basically just like meaningful third downs. They're going to cut to Tommy Rees more often than not.
2 thus far.
Oh, it's only 2?
Only 2.
Okay.
I've been paying attention.
I'm starting to get hungry. I didn't have a big lunch.
What's for dinner?
This is a pizza conversation, an Italian food conversation. The problem is it's snowy, which means I need to go out and get it because I don't like putting delivery drivers in that situation.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to take a look outside and see how gross it is. Otherwise, we have food here. I can make something. I don't know. Can make some pasta. What else do we have? Did a shop yesterday. I can do some Mexican food. We have Mexican stuff for Mexican food. I can make some turkey taco meat. I can grill some sausages.
Here we go. Third and 12, 56 seconds left. I don't like when Blackledge circles Devontae Smith.
There he is. The room to wiggle. See? Okay. I don't know if I trust this offense to score a touchdown in 50 seconds, but
By the way, did my reverse jinx work on that?
did
it work?
Maybe.
It kind of like it didn't not work, right?
It didn't not. Sorry.
51 seconds left here. Don't do anything stupid on the punt return. All right. Nothing stupid here. Just throw your arm up. Take it at like okay, don't knock them down. Just don't even go near it. All right. It's fine. It's fine.
Here comes that patented Ian Book. Take charge.
Now,
down the field offense.
Here is the problem. The problem is you're already down 14. As Sean McDonough going 3-piece suit. I like the formality of this.
Oh, I like that too. He looks like a mid-level magician. Not low rent, to be clear. Not low rent.
More like sleight of hand card trick stuff than sawing people in half, right?
Close up. It's definitely close up.
Yeah. Okay. Here's why I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Bama gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
44 seconds left. Ian Book's going to take some chances, and I don't like him taking chances.
Also, Sean McDonough looks like a banker that's held up in the Old West by some laws.
A banker held up in the Old West, yeah.
I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble. That's what I want.
37 seconds. 2nd and 1.
One of my ongoing favorite things. Sorry, I won't talk during a play. What do we see, Notre Dame? What do we see? Yeah, your old QB draw. Oh, that worked well.
Can you get 3 here? I'm not happy with 3, but I'll take anything.
I mean, 3 is better than 0. Hot take. Phones and computers and tablets correcting Notre Dame to Norte Dame.
Yeah.
Gift that keeps on giving. Yeah.
Always a joy.
Sneaky athletic. Somebody said you don't just give Tommy Rees 50 seconds. This would be a good cut to Rees in the booth. There you go.
Get them air yards, Dan.
Benny Sco.
Okay. Look at all those air yards. Wow. You need 2 hands to count all those air yards.
How is Norte Dame's kicker? Other than the missed field goal against Clemson from 15 feet out.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Okay.
Second and 10.
All game long. I don't know if I have this in me all game long. Did you want to call it at halftime? Ah! Oh, I like that sound. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Looks like that timeout is coming back to haunt Notre Dame.
See, I don't like that because then the clock's going to run.
Of course, he was falling after. He started to fall after Ian Book flipped him the ball.
To be honest, if he doesn't fall, he could probably.
Yeah, there's room to get out of bounds. Yeah.
All right. What was your question? Well, we've got a stoppage here.
I asked if you want to go all game long or if you have this emotion.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine. I mean, I already told Jody with an eye that I was going to be watching and working. So we can just come back in the second half. We can shut down the stream and take a break and come back if you want. It's up to you.
We have a holding screen that we can put on like for halftime and just let it run.
The platform only allows us a 10-minute video at a time, but I can turn it on and off.
Okay. What do you guys think who are watching?
Keep going in the second half. See
lot of
tight
folks
emotions.
I'd be okay to keep doing it in the second half, but I do need a break.
Type in Globe if you want us to come back for the second half with an accent over the E. New comments. Not getting a lot of Globes. We're getting a little. There are the Globes.
All right, I think we're going for 3 here, Dan.
I used to do these long broadcasts when I was at SB Nation. We would do like draft shows. I can hang. All right. I mean, this is much easier.
Yeah. This is a block. That's what this is. This is the skeptic in me. 51 yards. Not even close. Not even close.
Yipes.
That was a knuckleball.
Was that on the holder, you think? That must have been. Was it a bad hold?
Nope.
Not a bad hold.
That was tipped.
Okay.
There was that block.
Wow, tie. Yeah. A little deflection. Let's hope Sean McDonough doesn't get held up at halftime.
And a deflection.
All
right, Dan, that's halftime. Why don't we take a break?
All right, we'll take a break. I'm leaving we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. Thank you for everybody hanging around. We'll see you. And hopefully, hey, it's within grasp. It's within reach.
Never know. Never know.
Right. See you soon.
Ba-ba-da.
All right, we're back. I mean, Ty's back eventually. There he is, but who knows when he's going to come back? All right, everybody, we got a second now. There's Ty. There's Ty. There's Ty. There's Ty.
I am back.
All right, let me tweet this out.
So here's what we got, Dan. Just an update, a status update. I have with me a glass of water, obviously, because you need that. But also a Trogs Double Blizzard.
Yeah, okay. Nice. I like the fuel.
So we're going to alternate a little bit. Trogs not a sponsor of the Solid Verbal. But I will be pouring it into my Solid Verbal pint glass, which is available at verballers.com for those wondering through our Patreon. This is an 8.3% beer.
Sorry, they showed the dodgy hurdle.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The other night when I was doing a NCAA stream on here, I had 2 of those double blizzards, and let's just say the play calling got a little loose, but let's get things started here.
Okay, that's you. Listen, they got hands on him, and he didn't break.
Look, if they're gonna do,
Ty was pooing like a champion, according to Steiny. I think Ty's a morning pooer.
all right, bottoms up, boys. Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
I think I missed exactly what happened there.
They'll show it again.
Did he fall and get up? Oh my God. He didn't fall and get up. He just got up and kind of just levitated.
Just stayed up.
Levitation, Holmes. Wow.
It's tough to cover that, right?
I mean, Notre Dame's trying different dudes to give them credit. They're trying everything. Okay. Not much doing.
Now we got Clark Lee. Do I see? I don't see Reeves up there.
No, there's different booths, I think.
Yep. New coach at Vanderbilt.
Vandy.
Steiny wants to know how the solid pup is. The solid pup's good. She's good. She's
I
chilling.
haven't heard her yapping a lot recently.
No, she's good. Kate's keeping her occupied.
Okay, we got 5 wide. Oh, not much. Oh.
Ah,
Mac Jones runs like a dad.
yeah.
Allison Williams. Look, what we have to do. He's so good at the reiteration.
Right.
Brian Kelly told me, look, what we have to do is we have to know. Not just Brian Kelly said that Notre Dame has to do, like, just got to make it personal.
All right.
That seems like a sensible play call.
Okay. There's my boy. Put him in on defense. Maybe he can cover Devontae.
Wait, John. Kyron Williams build the whole damn Miles Jack.
Oh, I don't. Oh, okay.
All right, that's coverage tight. Well, look, you need that.
Listen, we'll take whatever we can get here, man.
Busted play.
Oh.
Look, that was a shot play that Notre Dame covered well.
Sark in like that all white outfit looks like he's about to do like an autopsy or he's carrying a dead body out of a swamp.
Lane wore stuff like that too when he was the OC.
You know, maybe there's some sort of metaphor in there with playing against Notre Dame and being up.
Body bagging him, yeah.
Someone says, I think they're talking to me. I'll need something harder than that to drink. Perhaps. You're not wrong.
I don't know how much of the halftime stuff you watched. Nonstop shakshuka.
Yeah.
Nonstop baked eggs.
On store. Hot
They
food.
talked about like a Turkish versus Moroccan variant. Yeah, it was wild. Okay, there you go.
The beer's working. The beer is working, Dan.
A lot of rumblings downstairs about spicy Italian sausage and a pasta for dinner. A lot of rumblings. Really? Yeah. I think it comes down to if I can execute and put on boots and a coat and grill outside in the snow.
What's the weather situation like in Chicago right now?
It's snowy, but I don't think it's snowing right now. It looks like it's raining. That makes it even worse.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It snowed for a good chunk of the afternoon.
Okay.
So there's snow on the ground, but it's currently 39 degrees, so it's not flurrying. It's drizzling.
How much snow did you get?
I have no idea. It looked like quite a bit. Is what I would say.
You're just very disgusted by the weather pattern right now at the moment, aren't you?
I am a little bit.
I can tell in the.
Well, if it weren't snowing after the game, I would probably go out and pick up dinner.
Okay.
Saturday night, we got the playoffs. You want to eat something good for the playoffs.
Sure.
So, yeah. Remind people again what you're drinking.
I am drinking.
Not a sponsor.
Trogs Double Blizzard. For those who, again, have watched some of the NCAA 14 streaming that I've done, you know that I like Blizzard of Hops. I've had that on our podcast, too, on our Brew and A. Blizzard of Hops from Trog, which is a local brewery. But I saw this double Blizzard at Giant a couple weeks ago, and I sent a picture to my friend who's also into Blizzard of Hops, and he actually had a chance to try it before I did. He's like, "Oh, you should try it out. It's pretty good." So I picked some up on, I guess maybe like Tuesday of this week, and cracked some open, and it's good. It's really good.
A tweet that has gotten a lot of attention. After being snubbed of a Citrus Bowl appearance, it appears Indiana will not have any Big Ten logos on their uniforms for the Outback Bowl. The helmet bumper Big Ten logo was replaced with LEO, or Love Everyone, the Tom Allen mantra, and the jersey logo covered by the Outback Bowl patch. Oh! That'll teach them.
That'll show them.
Oh! Let's see. What are people saying? No Trogs in Oregon, unfortunately, for XUDB16. Are we doing this for the Clemson game? I don't think we have it in us, but I think we'll do it for the national championship. I think we should get guests in here for the national championship.
I think we could do that.
I think we can swing. We can swing for some guests. Maybe Chris Evans is free. Is that Captain America, Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to take a look and see who's in my phone. Who would be? I guess it's not really a phone. I could, you have some people that I could DM.
Wait, what was this Indiana thing again?
They're pissed at the Big Ten for how everything played out and how they switched the rules, I suppose, for the Big Ten championship game, that they are not advertising their conference for the Outback Bowl.
Nice. That ought to do it.
Oh, Dabo and a face shield.
He probably has some hot takes on that face shield, don't you think?
Nicole would be good, Sidelines PSU suggests, for a guest on the show. All right, here we go. Notre Dame. Okay. Not a great start.
No, not. Little tempo here. That's
Who's
good.
20? Is that Sebo?
What's that?
Who's number 20 running back?
Number 20 is, I believe, Sebo Flemister.
Yeah, that's who's in right now. Yeah, the science people are bringing up with Dabo. Okay. 6-yard pass.
It's fine.
Somebody suggested Lex Steele. Sure. We got a Richard Johnson suggestion. Yeah, keep suggesting potential guests. We know a good number of people in the college football world. Ty dated Kim Basinger. Not a lot of people know that. Oh,
Jigga Joe's got a.
You think we could get Hilaria? Could we get Hilaria on the national championship? Hilaria Baldwin.
Only if she does the accent.
Yeah.
Nice play. I like that play.
Free yards, Ty.
I don't care that it's a 4-yard play. I
No.
like that. I like that it worked.
Stick movement.
Nice.
There is a Willy Wonka golden ticket element to the background of the 1st and 10 bug, if you'll notice. It's yours. Hey, 1st and 10. I don't know what that accent is. Ty's drinking Trogs. Everybody keeps asking what's in your beautiful, solid verbal pint glass.
Not a sponsor.
Available at least for now. Limited time if you sign up at verballers.com to be a Patreon supporter.
Yeah, how many new viewers do we have? People who aren't podcast listeners, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, let us know.
For the
That's
analytics
cool.
department, they're interested in things like that.
Came across it. You're a Twitter viewer.
My
What did
uncle
Herb
just
Street?
texted-
What did Herb Street say about Leach? Somebody mentioned that.
I didn't see it.
Oh man, grab Justin McElroy, football expert. That'd be fun, actually. I think we should just turn it over to Justin and Griffin to do our stream.
Right.
Do you think we can get Brian Kelly?
What's that?
We can get Brian Kelly. What's he doing that night?
Absolutely nothing. What up, Andy? New viewer, 3rd-year listener. How you doing, man? Thanks for listening.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Jeff Schwartz. I'm streaming with Jeff Schwartz tomorrow. Somebody suggested that for the Oregon clone game.
That was a nice tackle by Surtain. That's why he's a top 10 pick. Chris Tyree's got some hops. That was watch this play.
He's a bigger corner. Yeah.
Put the shoulder right into him.
Oh man. That's beautiful. Alabama fan John Green. Is he the guy that wrote the Fault in Our Stars, The Truth in Our Stars? The YouTuber? I think that's who that is. Adam Amin cooking stream, Golick Jr. I'm sure Golick Jr. is doing something for ESPN, one of their bonus.
I would assume, yeah.
Okay.
What was that? Should just run it. Let's see the replay on that. What happened there?
That's exactly what you don't want if you're a Notre Dame player.
Underthrown. Really bad throw.
That's good coverage too.
It's right on him. I mean, where's he throwing it?
Oh, it's a great throw. Number 8. Very catchable. In stride to Harris.
Uncle Joe, for those wondering, texted me a few minutes ago saying, should the Giants draft Ian Book and push Daniel Jones? Followed up by F Book. So bit of a whipsaw right now among the Notre Dame fandom and the rare overlap with Giants fandom.
Right. Sure. Can't do that.
No,
what is status of Mama H? Is she hanging in?
Mama H, let me see.
I saw somewhere that it was Alabama -10, by the way. That was the second half line.
Really?
Might be zooming up. Yeah.
All right, let me see what we got here. The live line that I see right now is Bama -20.5.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Oh, apparently there was a Baby Gronk reference in the broadcast.
Excellent. Excellent.
We do like that. Dan, were you able to connect with Crispy B. Brown for NC? We haven't talked to anybody yet for our national championship preview. No. That'd be good. He's a busy guy, man. Yeah, that was bad. Dumbfounding decision by Book. Just keep running the ball. Oh. Ty, where do you stand on deep dish?
Deep dish? More of a thin crust guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We had friends drop off a couple of the frozen Lou Malnati's pies. They're in our freezer right now. I'm trying to figure out if I can make my own crust and scoop the filling into the new crust. I don't think that's doable. We'll see.
No.
Spice grinder or mortar and pestle? I don't have a mortar and pestle. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't have one. I use a spice grinder for grinding down coffee grounds. I know people are real big on, there's a couple different variants of coffee grinders, burr grinders, but I use a spice one for my grounds. All right. Well, the defense is playing well.
The defense played well for 2 drives. But that was a really tough.
And he doesn't throw picks. I'm yawning because it's 5:24.
Tough look. To be fair, this one still could end 42-14.
It could.
But
well, this also might mean that Clemson, Ohio State could be close. Usually there's one blowout and one closer one.
let's see what they do here. This will be interesting. I think they got to take some deep shots. I think they feel.
Well, you've got you got 7 in the box.
Oh boy, here we go. They could just run that, Dan.
You want a quick death.
They could just run that.
Look how much space. He's just finding all sorts of wiggle time in that zone. Dude, I love seeing that from Devontae Smith. Look at this.
All right.
How tired are you, would you say?
Me? I'm fine. I had a nap this afternoon, remember?
That's true. Here we go. Nope, not there. Oh, what do we have?
Flag. We get a holding?
Well, we're seeing it either holding or maybe a hands to the face.
Push him back a little bit.
Oh, we got a hold. Yep.
It was a bad interception, Dan. It was a really bad interception. I like the fact that he's looking down the field, but
not a lot of penalties, by the way.
No,
today.
First flag of the game, right? Yeah, first flag of the game. Thank you, John. What's going on, John? Thank you.
First flag of the game. Do you know John?
John has been in some of our other streams that we've done on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. At some point here in the next few days, I'm going to fire it back up, and we're going to keep going with the Navy franchise.
I think
Navy
you got to do it tomorrow. You got to do it quickly. You got to just keep people are jonesing.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. Made some inroads on the recruiting front. You'd be surprised at the level of recruit that wants to come to Navy, despite a 1-4 start. But
First and 20.
Here's your boy Drew White against Najee. Don't like that matchup.
Got his neck thrust in.
There's a solid pup. I don't know if you can hear her. She hears the dog outside. Let's just bring her on the stream.
Ty, if you want, we can start answering questions from the Reddit relationship subreddit.
Let's do it. Be a nice little distraction here. Man. Najee Harris is so good.
Woo, what a slide. Sort of a slallop, a slide
little
gallop.
Ginger walking away from that.
Oh, we've got some spam happening on
Yeah.
Twitch.
I'll take care of that.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The slide gallop. 19 of 22 for 251.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a nice throw. It's a nice throw.
Man.
Whoop. Look at stopping on a dime, leaving himself a couple inches of grass. Oh, man. People are now figuring out how you should be recruiting for Navy. And NCAA 2014, in these tough economic times, a guaranteed job after graduation is nothing to scoff at.
Right.
Man.
Over on the Twitch side, I'm going to switch it over to follower only mode in the chat since we're getting a lot of action over there.
Gotcha.
That should help
28.
reduce spam.
What's the live line look like?
So look, here we go. It's again in danger of coming off the swivel. This is Alabama's deal. Alabama's really good at getting up, having a nice padding, and not having to take any chances, and forcing their opponents to do so. They capitalize on that. They've obviously got a good enough run game. They can grind it out with Najee Harris. We know what they can do in the passing game. And Mac Jones has made some big plays in this game with his feet. You know, he's not exactly
dad runner himself.
Yeah. We're not talking Mike Vick out there, but he's got enough on the ground to get the job done when he has to scramble for 6 yards. That's where we're at right now. I don't know if anything so far has been unexpected. I do like that Notre Dame has showed some fight here. That was a really bad interception. I think the game, the momentum of the game was already on Alabama's side, but it's even more so now after that interception. For them to get 7 off of that, it's bad. Bad news.
16.5. Updated thoughts on that number. 16.5. The over-under I gave you on Notre Dame total.
Wow, that's a good number. I'll still go over.
Still over. How much time is left in the third quarter?
About a quarter and a half.
Okay.
It was like maybe 6 minutes left.
Do, 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 do.
All right.
Man, they need to figure out what to do during commercial breaks. That obviously people haven't bought not a word. People haven't purchased commercial time, and they just show the ESPN. We'll be right back. We need something spicier to keep people engaged during commercials.
They're showing a chair right now. What's your chair situation?
Got a desk chair, decent mesh back.
Okay.
How about you? Are you on your stool thing?
I'm on the stool. This is called a learning stool, Dan. And if you go on Amazon and try to find out more about this and the advantages that it gives you, they claim that it can build up core strength because it forces you to sit up straight and balance yourself. I have not had that benefit yet. I feel hunched over. My back hurts after every one of these streams.
You do have a 10-pack.
Well, right, but I'm struggling to find a stand-in chair because of the way I have to position myself to do these streams. I don't know if one with a back is going to work. So there will be greater tragedies. All right, let's go. Oh my God.
Dan, do you miss Brooklyn? I do. The other day, I watched a video of somebody walking through Brooklyn, like they had a GoPro on their forehead, and they were walking through my old neighborhood. I miss Brooklyn. Have you had a Chicago pizza and oven grinder since moving to Chicago? I don't even know what that means. What's an oven grinder? It feels like there's an Urban Dictionary definition for oven grinder. Favorite cooking movie, Dan? I really like Chef with Jon Favreau. I enjoyed that one. Oh, it's a restaurant. Okay. No, I have not. There's a ton of good pizza. I know Chicago, everybody says the deep dish, but just there's a ton of good pizza in this town. Pizza pot pie? I don't know if I can do that.
Devontae Smith, by the way, 7 for 130 and 3 touchdowns.
Got jet action for 4 yards. That worked well against, I think, North Carolina, I want to say. Ben Skronik.
Kyron Williams has 7 catches for Notre Dame.
Do they sign any big receivers in this class? Is that a thing?
What happened? What was that throw?
I don't know. I think you're ahead of me, maybe.
Tell me what that throw was.
All right, yeah, you're ahead of me by a few seconds. Let's see what we have here. Off play action, rolling to the right.
Roughing the passer. Move the chains.
Okay. Build the whole offense out of it. Yeah, cameraman lost the ball. I think he pump fake and then threw or something.
What was your question about receivers?
Did Notre Dame sign any promising dudes? Is that like a good class for receivers?
Yeah, they did. They got 2, I want to say 4-star receivers that they brought in. One kid from, I think, Georgia. They got another one from Ohio. So, it's obviously an area where they're trying to build up. The kid from Georgia, I think, is like 6'3", 6'4", is a big kid.
Okay. JoJo Earl out of Aledo, Texas is apparently somebody. Maybe that Notre Dame signed.
Wow. Did Book get hurt?
Did Book get hurt? Oh, he's about to get hit on this play.
Well, you're really far behind me, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll pause it here. Pause it for a few seconds.
Oh, yeah. Wow. He just got landed on. Christian Barmore? Yeah.
I think Book's hurt. Ooh.
Who's his backup?
Brennan Clark.
Any meaningful time?
Well, Brennan Clark and Drew Pine. I don't know who they'd put in.
Book is hurt. Yeah, man. If Christian Barmore landed on top of me,
get a good back crack.
It would be an accordion, like cartoon. It'd be very bad. There's not much here in the way of core support to absorb a landing like that.
No, I think that's fair.
Paulie, what are you having for dinner? He's saying it's time for dinner. Paulie, what are you eating?
All right, Dan, go full screen. I got to run downstairs quick.
What are you doing?
I'll be right back.
Man, Ty, living that life. Not looking good. How'd everybody spend their New Year's? It is an official crockpotting. Give me some New Year's stories. Because I don't want to watch. Oh, this is... Yeah, I know this show. Ty's going to go start drinking. The Go Big Show on TBS with Snoop Dogg. Ty has to use his downstairs potty. That'd be great. Quick little watch. Oh, how was Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura live last night? The Tom Segura injury, trying to dunk the ball. Did they show the video? Netflix and hot chicken. That sounds great. EDM live stream. All right, get it. I think I can still watch the Segura. So XUDB. Was it him trying to dunk and just falling backwards and landing? Oh, they showed Bert moving it back into place. Oh. Whew. I love Two Bears. Two Bears is great. I almost had to. Yeah, I think I can rent it. Yeah. I remember I was driving during the Kool-Aid revelation on Two Bears. The like gallon of Kool-Aid every day. He slips mid dunk. I pulled over and I fully lost my shit laughing that hard. Man, at least Ty never had hope. Yeah, it's so much sugar. Tomate Fresh Kitchen for Mexican and Coffee Lab. I've been to Coffee Lab. I have not been to Tomate, but I drove by it. I've had a couple pretty good breakfast burritos from Ovo Frito in Evanston. Hune is really good for a bakery. I've been to Backlot Coffee is pretty good. Yeah, I like YMH, your mom's house. Here we go. We're back. Oh, Ty's back. We can put Ty back in. Ty, how you doing? Everybody was just assuming you had to drop the kids off in the pool.
No. Let's assume what is about to happen here on 3rd and 23 to Drew Pine. It's got to be like a screen pass or something.
Oh my God, that's what Notre Dame's quarterback looks like right now?
5'11", 194.
Oh, from Connecticut? Connecticution? Man, maybe Drew Pine just get in there and start bombing down the field. How great would that be? Send me something on IG. Gets in there, completes a pass.
Oh boy, they got Devontae Smith back there to return the punt. Okay. This is coming off the swivel, Dan. Not gonna lie to you.
Brian Kelly.
What?
Mine's listed at 5'11", and he towered over Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly's a shorter dude.
What? Yeah. Well, I guess he and Nick Saban, when they met at midfield before the game, they were sort of eye to eye. Nick Saban's short, dude. He's small. Devontae Smith.
Well, how do you feel about these commercials where they've got what looks like characters out of the old NCAA video game?
I'm watching now. Oh, it creeps me out. This is, I think, the Korean reference.
Yeah.
I think that people are making about the ESPN graphics. It's disconcerting.
Here we go.
Because all of the humanoid animations are just like slumping. They're just very marionette-y. Here we go, Alabama.
Let's see if I can get an update on the live line here. They usually make it like just out of reach. 27.5.
Is that the full? That's the full game line, obviously.
I tell you, I might have to jump in on that.
Not the worst idea.
It's 21 now.
It's 21 now, and we don't know. Has there been anything reported on Twitter or anything about Ian Book heading to the locker room or anything?
No, I'm jumping in on that. Let's see if something good can come of this here.
Oh, Roger Sherman. Sorry, I have to retweet this. Roger, this is stunning. Notre Dame hasn't lost a game this badly in almost 2 weeks.
Roger Sherman. What a guy.
Medical tent. Okay. Ty, I have to tell you, my inbox is filling up quickly with Notre Dame fans apologizing for all the animus they threw my way.
I'm gonna assume it's not really. Gonna assume you're full of it.
No, I am full of it. I mean, it's Notre Dame fans, so it'll actually be my physical inbox outside my house that will fill up with the communique.
Yeah. Man.
Do you have your soundboard hooked up to this? Can you just entertain people with sounds?
I could. Let's see if this works. I could probably play the murdered sound.
Let's see if you have it. I don't hear anything.
Guess who just
Oh, there it is.
Did it come through?
It did. I heard it loud and clear.
I couldn't hear it because of the way I set this up. But yeah, let me know. I got all the sounds here at the ready.
Last Farmhouse, also in Evanston. Really good farm to table food. Cool.
All right.
Ty, what do you know about Bridgerton?
I watched all of it.
Really? I had heard about it from a couple different people, and so did Jody with an eye. Let's see if Notre Dame can get a quick stop here. And apparently it's just about people banging in 1813.
I don't really like it. I didn't like any of it. I found it.
Was Shonda Rhimes in charge of it? She's the Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, she had something to do with it. She had something to do with it, but to be honest with you, Kate was more into it than I was. I had zero interest in it
Is
whatsoever.
it sort of soapy?
No, it's how would I characterize it? It's like a Diet Cola version of The Crown.
Okay.
Like a very
I heard there was a lot of sex.
There was.
But they got away from it?
I don't know. You kind of have to watch it, but if I were you, I wouldn't waste my time.
Okay. No, I'm not aching. Unless it's truly ribald, Ty.
No.
A lot of ribald.
No.
It's 1800s Gossip Girl and not in a good way, according to your boy, John.
1800 Gossip, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's right, John. I don't know. Kate got into it. It was a nice thing that we could watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a lazy
Well, you like
afternoon.
Queen's Gambit. I'm almost done with that finally.
What's that?
Queen's Gambit you enjoyed.
Yeah, Queen's Gambit was very good.
Yeah.
That was the real deal. But Bridgerton, I was like, I could take or leave Bridgerton.
I actually didn't even get through the new Clooney Netflix movie, Midnight Sky.
You were talking about that. How was that good?
No bueno.
Really?
It's not good. He
grew a beard for that, didn't he?
Yeah. Did all the work of doing nothing to grow a beard. It's basically it's an interesting premise.
Yeah.
The premise is basically he's sick and he works. I mean, I guess mute us if you don't want to hear the premise, but this is all established in like the first minute of the movie. He works in some sort of lab in the Arctic and has to trek to another lab to get to a satellite to warn people in space that there has been some sort of major catastrophe on Earth and not to come back.
So there's like a day after tomorrow quality to it.
Sort of, yeah. Okay. So everybody else at the lab is evacuated and taken into some sort of hiding. They're not really clear. It's like a 2-hour movie, and at like an hour 20 in, I just found myself not at all invested. The character didn't really have a personality that you were rooting for. He was just kind of sick. And it was just like, I'd rather watch random things on YouTube than another 45 minutes of it. And then I went on Wiki, and I won't spoil it. I went on Wikipedia to read the full plot. So glad. Yeah. I didn't stick with it. So don't waste your time. I know you're Mr. Space, but you can do better.
Yeah. Somebody says, what kind of chess opening do we have to see to have it described as a football game. This is a fool's gambit, I believe, is what it would be considered. Fool's gambit is like the quickest way you can get checkmate.
Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine a Vanderbilt fan watching this and knowing that Clark Lee is coming? Who this is not fully on Clark Lee, of course.
No.
But Notre Dame may lose this game 42-7 with high level talent, and Clark Lee is arriving. Yeah,
They might just run it the rest of the game here.
blame them. Fool's mate.
Fool's gambit, Dan. Fool's mate. Someone says fool's mate. Okay, maybe I screwed that up. I know a little bit about chess, but obviously not enough.
Is there anything on Ian Book? Anything new that he won't be back?
Seen
Anything
anything.
like that?
Haven't seen anything yet. So look, like, here's where we're at with this. Quarter left. I am not at all under any illusions that Notre Dame is going to get back in this thing,
Right.
because they haven't really proven that they can. But we get a stop here. We can go down, get a quick score. That at least I think is reputable. Alabama, at least thus far.
Reputable. Like you're a plumber looking for good Yelp reviews.
Well, hold on. In a way, Notre Dame is, because there's
Yeah.
Ian Book. Okay, maybe he's coming back in. He hasn't used his arm yet, so maybe he doesn't need it. If you're Notre Dame, so much of the issue with being in this game at all was this notion that you're like 2-20 against your last, in your last like however many attempts against a top 5 team, right?
Mhm.
So you need a showing that's at least not going to destroy the brand. I don't, you lose by 14 to Bama.
What a
If you can
bummer
keep-
of a statement. Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, they got to stop. Okay. I'm way behind you.
They kicking the field goal? They're kicking the field goal. How are you behind me?
I'm well behind you. He just got tackled short of the sticks on third down.
All right, I'll pause it a little bit.
Sean, I talked to Nick Saban, and Nick told me, hey, let's face it. I love it. I'm a petty bad person.
All right.
All right. They're lining up to kick the ball.
It's
I'll
good.
tell you when it's snapped. Snap.
Tell me when they show the congratulatory shot of the kicker.
And kicker.
Got it. Back, baby. So let me give some shout outs here. I'm
Please.
monitoring Twitch.
Yeah, give us
For
some
the
TV
new-
recommendations, because
New
Ty's
followers that we have.
it wasn't into it.
We got MMJ, Sad Elemental, Bewildered Cowboy, Sour KY, XUDB16, Whiskasota, Boo Wax, Dang Dan, Draw
Dang.
Sam, Black Dad, Newt Gingrich, new follower. Don't think it's the Newt, but Zigazee. Bunch of new followers. Welcome to
Yeah.
the channel.
Love it.
You will be notified the next time we play NCAA. Or Dan, what games do you want to play on Nintendo? Because you're gonna like start doing that at some point, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get very geopolitical and play Little League Baseball on the Nintendo Entertainment System, where you can select many different countries. And I'm just gonna start talking GDP, natural resources. No, I think I'll play some Tecmo Super Bowl with if there's a college mod, which I believe they do that every year. I might play some Little League Baseball, maybe some Baseball Simulator 1000, maybe some.
Do you ever play Base Wars?
Did play Base Wars.
Baseball
I'll play
Stars?
some SNES. I'll play some Killer Instinct Tie, maybe some Clay
Okay.
Fighter, some alt fighting games.
Yeah. I made the jump from
Some
Nintendo. I made the jump from Nintendo up to Sega. I never did the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. I did enjoy this. We used to rent Super Nintendo from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
My parents wanted us to stay outside. Playing outside. knew that if we got our hands on a Super Nintendo full time, we wouldn't go back outside. Derek wants to know, where does the solid toddler come down on tacos? He knows the word taco. He knows taco truck, like it's the name of an old Irishman. And he enjoys like ground taco meat. He enjoys shredded cheese. He enjoys carne asada. We haven't done a lot of seafood with him. He's done some seafood. We'll make him quesadillas, but the dexterity needed to pick up a folded taco, he's not fully there yet.
Does he enjoy playing in the snow?
Yeah, we got out there yesterday. He was stomping around. He grabbed
Okay.
a couple snowballs and chucked them a little bit. It wasn't great snow yesterday. It got kind of hard. It iced over a little bit. It wasn't too fluffy. I know. She did say that. Kind of hard. That's how we got into this mess, Ty. That's how we got into this mess of having a toddler.
What, as a father, Dan, what
Yeah.
what kind of tricks are you teaching him out in the snow? Are you going snowman right away, snowball, snow angel? You got a lot of options.
We're starting with the basics, and that is don't slip and crack your head open. We started with the basics of stomp walking. Stomp.
Yeah.
No, it was just tossing some snowballs. No angels, no snowmen yet, but we'll get there.
At what age will you go and sanction like the toboggan or the sled or something?
Oh,
like that?
we're getting a disc. We're definitely getting
Nice.
it during this winter. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun. Will you go down on the disc?
Absolutely, I will. I mean,
You have to, right?
Chicago is renowned for its steep hills and mountains. Obviously, we've got sizable lumps in the neighborhood. That's all we get.
Oh God, this
Yeah,
game, man. This game.
What's funny is a touchdown either way swings it into like a very easy narrative. Excuse me. 35-7 versus 28-14. In retrospect, can feel like two very, very different games.
Yeah.
28-14, you comfortably lose.
Did you catch that?
I think you did.
Nice.
35-7, you're like, ugh, man.
Yeah.
Got to show up better than that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this game,
I guess it got to 31. So 38-7 versus 31-17 or something.
let's see, did he catch that? We're probably behind.
Bop.
He caught it. Yeah, it's a catch.
Yeah.
The thing about it, Dan, like
Joseph, where are you in Mexico? Love Mexico.
someone's in Mexico. Nice.
Yeah, Joseph Reyes.
What up, Joe? Here's the deal. We talk a lot on our show about storylines as it relates to a game. What is the story of a game? We don't want to look at the stats and the box scores and just recite that. We want to try and give you a sense for, was it a close game? Was it not a close game?
Right.
All too often the deal with Alabama is they get off to kind of like a very responsible and slow start, and then it picks up steam as they go through. And before you know it, it's something like 45-7. It's over. We call it a crock potting.
Until like 3 years ago.
Right. So what is the story of this game? The story of this game to me so far, Alabama obviously got off to a 14-0 lead. And I felt like there were moments throughout the second and third quarter where Notre Dame felt like they were at least trying to punch back. And they had at least slowed the inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Where you thought maybe they could try to put something together and at least cut into the lead a little bit. That obviously did not happen, but I would say the output of this game so far for a lot of the Notre Dame naysayers would still have to be that this is better than expected. They've acquitted themselves pretty well, all things considered.
Notre Dame has?
I think you will find that people on the back end of this game will say that we knew Notre Dame was going to lose. We expected they would lose big, but they hung around and they looked a little bit more competitive than expected. Yeah.
Buddy, they're down 31-7.
I understand that. I'm looking at the score. I'm just saying.
If you make the playoff and you're not a competitive team in the playoff, it's selling. It went better than expected. Also, there's lots of time left. I think Alabama was up 14-0 in the duration that it took for you to go downstairs for poop number one.
There was no poop. No poop.
Why are you ashamed?
Poop was this morning. You know that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really look at a game like this in shades if they end up scoring 7. If the game ends at 31-7, you can't look at it in a shade of better than expected. Back foot, but completed it. Nice.
Tell you, Bama might have had Notre Dame plus 19.5 the way they're playing D right now.
It's true. He threw a little behind him, but still timed it well.
That's another one to Baby Gronk.
Released it as he broke.
Yeah.
A big thing would be right now, you need a bunch of Notre Dame players on the sideline to start cheating on their finals because then you get a no contest out of it.
Right.
Gets wiped.
All right.
There you
Baby
go.
Gronk.
Hey, double dig.
CW Graham 85. Thank you for the follow on Twitch.
Flag. There's a flag.
It's going to be a hold.
Illegal shift, perhaps. Procedural.
There it is. Yeah. That's about right.
Which coach do you think has the gnarliest mask breath?
Probably Saban.
He seems very fastidious hygienically to me, though.
Brian Kelly strikes me as somebody who always has like Tic Tacs on him.
I think he's an acquired taste, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Luke Fickell seems like he'd be a gnarly mask breath. I don't know why. People are saying Leach. Narduzzi's a good answer.
Narduzzi was the answer we discussed earlier in the year when we talked about which coach is going to have the most trouble wearing a mask.
Yeah.
You know, Narduzzi was our candidate to wear it.
He wears glasses. He's a steam risk too.
Right. Yeah. He was our candidate to wear it like only up to his nose and not the full thing.
Ooh, okay. 2nd and 11. Still in the red zone.
Jim McElwain is an answer.
McElwain's tough. Orgeron, yeah, I could see Orgeron.
I'm surprised that Orgeron wore the mask at all.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Third and 10 now.
3rd and 10.
In the red zone. I think we're probably behind, but that's about right. Can we get a flag? Bennett Skoranek trying to get a flag.
Doesn't look like the one. There's I think Cutcliffe is fine. I think Cutcliffe might have a little Alpine what's it called? The car freshener.
The tree. Yeah.
I think it might be a little Alpine. All right, 4th and 10, Ty. This is make or break respectable outcome territory. Fickle has dad mouth. That might be the name of a future NCAA bracket of mine. Well,
That's a game. That's going to be the game right there.
What do you mean that's the game?
It's going to be the game right there.
That's what did it.
That's this turning point right there.
Not leaving Devontae Smith untouched for the entirety of the first 2 quarters.
Oh.
If it makes you feel any better, Oregon may embarrass themselves against Iowa State and not Alabama tomorrow. So you got that going for you. Man. So what's Kate pushing for next, TV show wise? Post Bridgerton.
Yeah, she's watching The Witcher right now.
What's that?
She's rewatching The Witcher. We watched The Witcher last year or earlier this year, whenever it came out, which is a really good show. I don't know if there are any new shows on the horizon, at least not that I've heard of. She tends to watch some of these without notifying me first, and then she'll bring me in if it's something. I know we wanted to watch Tenet. Because I think that, I think that's on HBO Max. Now, I'm generally into like high concept science fiction movies like that.
Yeah.
But like
Chris
you said,
called
I've also seen the mixed reviews.
Yeah, we got somebody saying they hated Tenet.
Great.
I've heard that there's not a good deal of quality exposition. Like there's not a lot of like, I mean, to connect it back here, not a lot of quality setup. Or maybe it's all setup. No, that would be good exposition. Somebody's recommending The Expanse. Season 5 just came out.
The Expanse.
I think my parents are watching Line of Duty on Amazon. People seem to like that, I think. People love The Expanse. Here we go. Tenet is cool but confusing. Saw it in the theater, so it was better.
I'm a little worried that Tenet's going to go the route of Inception. And Inception's good on the rewatch.
Oh my God. Sorry. I just saw Tom Segura's arm going the wrong way on Instagram. Woo! Okay, continue.
I was just going to say, I am worried it's going to go the route of Inception, where it's good on the rewatch. But if you have like a drink or two in you and you watch it for the first time, no bueno. No bueno trying to figure out what the hell's going on there. Right. That's a problem, right?
Sure.
I got more questions about what am I drinking? People are really interested in this. This is a Trogs double blizzard right now. I am nursing this. I don't want to go too hard because it's 8.3. But I fashioned myself sort of a Trogs guy, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with Trogs work at all?
No, I'm not.
You're a big beer guy.
Yeah, that's me.
But I'm a Trogs guy. I think I discovered that over the quarantine here.
Okay, that's good discovery. That and that you want to be a shakshuka master.
That's right.
They showed a Taylor Swift commercial.
Yeah.
I listened to the new album once and have had no desire.
She's had it on nonstop since it came out. She loves it.
It's so moody. And that's fine.
I'm pro Taylor.
In that mood.
I'm pro Taylor.
Oh, so am I.
Now, that play right there is that Devontae Smith?
That was Mechie.
Yeah, that's Mechie. How did he do that?
Oh, he's a very good player. He stuck his foot in the ground and cut the other way.
Because he was stopped and he somehow got 4.5 extra yards on that play. I don't know how you do that. Seriously, though, if we've got Bama going up against Clemson, who are you picking?
Right now?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Bama.
What's the over-under of that game? 75?
So you think it'll be like a 42-30?
I just don't know how you stop either team. Let's put it this way. I feel better about stopping Clemson than I do Alabama at this rate.
Yeah, well, obviously Alabama's packed it in for the night right now. Yeah, I feel better about Clemson.
You feel better about Clemson?
All right, stopping Clemson. I feel better about stopping the Clemson offense than stopping the Alabama offense.
Yeah.
But I think the ceiling of the individual ability of Trevor Lawrence is higher than Mac Jones, whatever that's worth. I need to dive in and rewatch a bunch, but that was a good throw. That was Devontae Smith.
I do think that Mac Jones much more. This is gonna be roughing the passer.
They got to him. Post-game thoughts on Georgia Cincinnati. I was on and off with that game because I was on childcare duty. But I watched the fourth quarter in its entirety, and I going into the game, I didn't love Cincinnati's offense. I thought it was too dependent on Desmond Ritter's feet, and I didn't like the pass catching options of Cincinnati. I thought they'd have trouble. not a huge fan of their offense, but their defense really came to play. And I thought things just got too conservative at the end, punting to each other, and nails kicker, I guess. But I need to rewatch.
Heartbreaker for Cincinnati.
Clemson's down to safety and obviously their offensive play caller against Ohio State. I retweeted Bud Elliott that Cincinnati at one point in the second half had a 79-yard run, I believe, for a touchdown. And then their next 12 plays went for, or the other 12 plays went for a total of a yard. A single yard. People asking if you're going to commit to the mustache.
Me? I don't have a mustache.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a couple days.
Dark or shadow.
This is like 2 days right now is what we're working on. Oh my God, he's so fast. No mustache for me. I don't do mustache.
I don't know why not. I can't. I mean, like, it'll come in a little, but nothing. It won't pop for me, but it'll pop for you.
Nah, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I went about a week and a half recently without doing any maintenance, and I can't get past the point where it just itches like crazy. I can't get, it's just not for me. And then I have to come down and trim it off. But that itchy period, I don't know how people with beards push through it. That you got to really commit to
the oil. You need an oil.
No.
You got to get the right soap going.
No, just don't. Have you grown a beard?
Yeah.
Like a full, like.
As much as I can. Yeah. I've let it go for a month or so, month or two.
Because I'm kind of like Mario and Luigi here.
Mm-hmm.
When I let it go, it's just.
I had a beard and I shaved everything but the mustache early on. I can probably find a picture. The first month or so of COVID.
Okay. How did Jody feel about that?
Didn't love it.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. We're at 5:44 left. Mac Jones throws it away. Going to be fourth down. This game is over. For those of you wondering, this game is over. They're going to peg Mac Jones for intentional grounding. Obviously, it doesn't matter. Notre Dame's down 24. There is some real backdoor cover potential here if I can find the sound.
Hey,
I don't know if that came through yet.
It did. Very clearly.
There's backdoor cover potential here because Notre Dame was a 19.5 point dog going into this game. Got 5.5 left. You got to imagine they're just going to be, doing everything they can to try and score, even though the game's out of reach. So if you've got Bama minus the points, you're going to white knuckle this one. Whoa, what was that? What was that?
Ty, here you go.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, it's blurry, but I got it.
Yeah, it's not focusing, but yeah.
Got a little bit of a wry grin going there.
Here's more of a shocked look. It's not great. It's not great.
It looks like that could definitely be in a police lineup.
Yeah. Maybe a character on Law and Order who's acting a little too skittish when he's questioned by Detective Briscoe.
Right.
Well, I'm always at this restaurant. This is my place. This is my.
For my money, the Sean McDonough as a low-level magician was the high point of this broadcast.
See, I liked my banker held up.
Banker held up.
I don't want any trouble.
The three-piece suit.
Yeah, I respect it. I've never been able to pull it off.
Yeah. I had a vest at my wedding. I think I had a vest at my wedding.
I had to wear one as a groomsman once. That was emerald green. That was very much blackjack dealer on a cheap cruise.
Right.
It was. I can find that too. If we're going through the archive, this is what 31-7 does. Is that the score right now? Is it still 31-7?
For what it's worth, we're gaining viewers as we're talking about these things. So
good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Man. Look it up. It was a wedding in Boise. The original tie. Do I not have? I think it was September of 2014, if I remember. And in a vest is what people want. I can tell you know what I can tell you about that night, that wedding. That was the night Boston College upset USC.
Okay.
That would have been. I think it was Adazio, right? 2014.
Yep.
November 2014. Does it skip right from? Oh, I think all my dates are off. Okay.
Someone says this is still more entertaining than watching Notre Dame lose to Alabama. Thank you.
Hey,
We
great.
appreciate your viewership here.
I'm looking for myself in a vest. Man, it's. Oh, I know where I can find it. I know where I can find Dan in a vest. That's what people want.
How do we feel about commercials for masks?
I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't see a lot of commercials. How are they? What do they do?
It just feels a little cheap to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like the kind of thing you should profit off of. Although I understand, people can make them and they want to market them, but I don't. Do
you have a quality?
What's that?
Do you have a quality mask? Do you like your mask or your set of masks?
We've dabbled with a couple different types.
Mm-hmm.
Mama H actually gave me one that was good. It was like the full on like Mac Brown, Mac Brown thing, which covered up the whole like bottom half of me.
Nice. I've got a couple from Uniqlo that they threw into an order.
Okay.
Here we go. Found it. There it is. There's Dan in a emerald green vest.
Wow. You could be the next mascot at Notre Dame with that.
It's true. Yeah, the Uniqlo ones are pretty good. They just threw it in. 3 of them in an order. Very soft. Seem to be effective. All right, let's go to the comments. Boston College. Go BC. Gene, what's up? Poll, Dan versus phone or Notre Dame versus Bama? It's pretty good.
There's a Lawrence Keys, the third spotting right there. And he's hurt. That's good. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I've been dying to make some Larry Keys. Oh, Ian Book got plastered on that.
I'm workshopping a very dumb tweet about Notre Dame and the 9th cut being the deepest. But
please don't. Please don't do that to me.
I know. I'm trying to be better about dunking, Ty. Trying to be better.
Well, you're not doing a good job. I gotta be honest. You're not doing a good job. You can't help yourself.
I was optimistic for a good chunk of this game. I was trying to keep the optimism.
You're faking that shit. You're not into. Since when are you a Notre Dame optimist?
No, I was being an optimist. I just wanted a good game. I wanted things to happen on the Notre Dame side to keep it competitive.
Ian Book looking deep decides to run. There it is. That's a story of Ian Book's career right there. Looking deep. Maybe let's run for 2 yards instead.
What's amazing is the ability to watch all of our team's games and every replay and watch them again on YouTube. It's pretty clear early on if your quarterback's like, if he has it.
Yeah.
Like Ian Book has always shown himself to be a pretty good quarterback. You can get it early on now.
Ugh.
And he's pretty good. He started out pretty good, and I think he's finishing pretty good. Which is an insult in the beginning or an insult now and promising the beginning.
Ian Book's a very good college quarterback. On the episode we just did, we talked about our New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
And my New Year's resolution is to not define a college quarterback.
Running here. Like, not that they're in this game, but like run a play.
Yeah.
Midfield.
What I was going to say is that one of my resolutions is to not define a college quarterback by his pro prospects. Ian Book's not going to play in the NFL. He might get a tryout, but he's not good enough to play in the NFL. He's been a very good college quarterback. He's got his name in a ton of a ton of pages of the Notre Dame record book
Mhm.
as winning quarterback. So
Well,
he's done great things at the college
isn't
level,
that more
but
time than it is efficiency? Like he's been a starter for a long time.
he's been, yes, for sure. I mean, he's the first 3-year starter that Brian Kelly's had in his tenure. He also came up the depth chart at a time when Notre Dame was building depth and
Mhm.
got very, very good collectively.
It was a transitionary time for Notre Dame.
Absolutely. So he's been a very good college quarterback. I think we've now found what his ceiling is. Like, I don't think we needed this game to tell us, but I think this is another example of he can only take you so far. When you play against these elite teams, you need somebody who's a little bit just who could throw down the field.
Right.
I am mildly terrified that he's going to decide to come back next year.
I mean, you don't have a known proven improvement.
I would almost rather start with a guy like a Tyler Buckner, true freshman who hasn't played in a
selling
year.
You're essentially selling on the season. You're saying I don't know who's back for Notre Dame around the quarterback, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to have Kyron Williams back. They're going to have to find some guys at receiver. I think that's still going to be the deal, but they'll have Michael Mayer. The line is going to be a problem. The line, they lose a fair battle on the offensive line. It's going to be almost an entirely new offensive line.
Sure.
So whoever you put back there is going to get killed. Defensively, again, there's a lot of turnover.
Junior next year?
What's that?
Kyle Hamilton's a junior.
He's a true sophomore this year, so he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Oh, I guess whatever we want to call the eligibility stuff. Yeah.
Right. But he's probably going after next year. So there's a lot of turnover in general with Notre Dame. I would think that we're looking at a step back year.
Right.
And I don't know why Ian Book would want to come back and be part of that team. If it's me personally as a fan, I'm ready to move.
It's be quarterback of Notre Dame or analyst at Morgan Stanley. Like, not one of them sounds cooler than the other.
Right. I don't see any scenario in which he's going to like elevate his draft stock.
Somebody compared Ian Book to Kelly Bryant, and if there were somebody behind Ian Book, immediately like transformational, once in a generational, whatever. I don't know if that's Tyler Buckner. I have no idea. I don't think he is, regarded in the way Trevor Lawrence was. But it's interesting. You do know more and more, based on how quarterback friendly systems have gotten. If a quarterback can't succeed with talent around him, like I watched 2 or 3 games of Tyler Shuck. I was like,
yeah,
this guy is not a high level quarterback. He's at times fine, but he's not a high level quarterback. And that's okay. I hope he has a successful college career. If he's at Oregon, wherever he ends up, if he's transferring. I'm not breaking any news. This is me totally guessing. It just doesn't seem like he is long for that starting job. Did he get his feet in? No. But like even at places where they don't have killer offenses, like you watch Brock Purdy as a freshman, come in whenever he came in. I'm like, there's something here. There's something there.
Yeah, you can see the
you watch Jake Browning, even when they were only okay at Washington, you're like, well, there's something here.
Yeah. The interesting layer, though, Notre Dame's schedule next year is very workable. It's extremely workable. Somebody in the chat said over under 6 wins. Here's their schedule next year, Dan. At Florida State, Toledo, Purdue, the Wisconsin game at Soldier Field, Cincinnati, okay, at Virginia Tech, USC, North Carolina, Navy, at Virginia, Georgia Tech, and at Stanford.
Yeah, they could run the table with Ian Book again, but that's not, at this point, that's not the point.
That's beside the point.
Right.
Yeah. That does not strike me as a killer schedule. North Carolina will be good.
Kelly Bryant probably could have taken Clemson to the playoff once again, or damn close, given where the ACC has been. But if you give yourself a ceiling, you are falling way behind.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame has they have a legit quarterback issue. Brian Kelly has a legit quarterback issue.
It's the one position. It's the one position, maybe not the only position, but certainly the most notable position. Throughout the course of Kelly's entire tenure, they have not truly developed a high-level quarterback. They've had a lot of turnover at that spot. I guess you could point to a guy like a Deshaun Kaiser as
2015 Deshaun. Yeah.
As somebody who was very good and had a lot of upside, probably had the highest ceiling of anybody. But beyond that, I mean, you got a lot of guys like a Brandon Wimbush, Tommy Rees, who was serviceable, but obviously couldn't get them to the next level. There's a Dane Christ in there somewhere. Like, it's just, it's a lot of guys like that haven't really panned out.
So Notre Dame finished 17th nationally in offensive points per drive last year. This year they finished 16th, though it was like 287 to 3.1. So, I mean, a little bit of a bump. But I do wonder if Tommy Rees was the best they could do. I know he was I know he was a hot commodity. A lot of people thought the world of him. He was the quarterback's coach last year, right?
Yeah.
I do wonder if the ceiling was also self-imposed there.
Well, I think it's more of a book thing than a Rees thing, to be honest with you. But I know that they were in a very difficult situation because Rees was the guy who connected with some of the recruits that they brought in, but more so they feel like he's going to be one of these guys who turns into a superstar in the coaching community, and they don't want to lose him. They knew that if they didn't hire him, they would lose him. And so, look, I don't.
Here comes the backdoor cover, Ty. I hope you have that sound ready.
I'm working on it.
Minute and a half.
Backdoor cover and a half, yeah. Gavin watches PDX Gooner, Atomic NTGG. Thank you for following us on Twitch. You will be notified when Dan and I go live playing our dumb video games.
Yes.
Did he get in? Oh, he didn't get in. There's a lot of money riding on this one right here, isn't there?
I mean, you did call a 17-point loss.
It was going to be a 17-point loss.
There it is. You got it. Oh, there's a flag. Oh, man, what if Bama returns the kick? That's when you really miss Brent Musburger.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play it.
There it is.
I don't know how loud that is for the folks listening to the stream, but backdoor cover. Glad I never got that Bama bet in, to be honest with you.
Don't think they're going to hit that 16.5 Dan over on.
Notre Dame doesn't try anything like an onside kick here, do they?
Fuck it. Who cares? Do it. Well, I don't care.
I'm just thinking for the folks out there who bet on this game. You would have to assume, though, even if Bama gets it, they're just going to fall on it, run the clock out.
Right. Oh,
I like the way these guys are hugging book.
There's no bad blood between Saban.
No. I like the way these guys are hugging book. That leads me to think that he's
onside, by the way.
What?
They are going for an onside, according to somebody in the comments.
Just fall on it and let's take the cover. That's a win in and of itself. I like the way these guys are congratulating Book. That leads me to think that he's gone after this year.
Yeah. Wow. Notre Dame stopped Alabama's 35-point streak. Congrats. Hey, Notre Dame got it. Here it comes. 17 points in 54 seconds. This explosive offense.
Where you at, Devontae? Nice catch.
11.5 points a week.
What was your over under? 16.5?
16.5. Yeah.
Still
a lot.
Play, right? Where you at, Devontae? They're stone hands. Look at him. Nice catch. He's going to win the Heisman, isn't he? He should win the Heisman. He's so good. I can't even say it with a straight face. He's so good.
Yes.
Alabama is so good.
On the onside kick recovery. All-purpose player. There's a guy on the sidelines telling him how to catch. It's great.
By the way, good work keeping both feet in bounds there. That's an NFL recovery.
You'll see him recovering those balls on Sunday. Notre Dame.
So Devontae's stash, was that equivalent to the stash that you grew?
I'd have to look.
It looks like it's about even.
If you're the playoff committee, do you put Notre Dame in the national championship next week?
Do you put them in the national championship next
Yeah, they
week?
just keep advancing after getting blown out. I mean, you got to consider it.
Like the Isaiah Thomas of college football teams?
Just keep getting bumped up.
Keep failing up. I don't know, man. Who else were you put A&M in? They wouldn't have done any better against Alabama.
How many points did they score against Bama? I'm pretty sure they
24?
doubled up. 28, 24? But they did give up 50 or some 52.
You have 52. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. These are empty calories right now. That's what this is.
Yeah. I guess given Brian Kelly's height, he wouldn't be worried about ceilings, but here we are.
What was the over-under in this game, by the way? I need to check this out because this Big Ten crew is doing their part to get us. Well, 66 was the over-under. They're not going to hit 66.
No.
But let's see if this was interference.
65 and a half.
I guess he had a little bit of the arm. That's a tic-tac call at this point, but whatever. So as we come down to the end of the stream here, Dan, tell the fine folks where they can find us.
I'll put
what
up
we do, what
the
they should
scroll.
look forward to more of.
We'll be doing this. I'll be doing this tomorrow with Jeff Schwartz for the Oregon-Iowa State game, the game that America wants to see.
That's right.
I don't even know what bowl. What are they in the Fiesta Bowl? The PlayStation 5 Fiesta Bowl. We'll be doing this stream again for the national championship game with guests. And we do 3 times a week show. We do a 3 times a weekly, thrice weekly podcast. We recap games during the season. We preview games during the season. We do big picture shows during the season. This year we called it the UFO show. Came out on Fridays. And then we do a bonus Q&A episode that we call the Brew&A for our Patreon subscribers. You can learn more at verballers.com. We have a YouTube channel. We are going to be streaming. We have been and will be continue to stream video games on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all the fun social things. Ty is located in Eastern PA. I'm in the northern Chicago suburbs. Ty can grow a better mustache than I can. And no matter how hard I try, I won't be able to do that better than him. So that's where we stand. We have an electric group of listeners that listen to the show. I don't know. I think that's all we do. Is there anything else that's fun? We talk about mostly college football, but food, and Ty gets skittish when I ask him about his single days or.
I'm totally comfortable with that. I can't.
See, I love talking about it. I love.
Oh, I know you. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I don't love reliving. I'm much happier married than I am single, but it's a fun discussion.
We did not expect to do this for the full game. We were going to do the first.
No, we were the first quarter, but I think there was some hope after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. Bowl schedule tomorrow. We have obviously the Fiesta Bowl. What else is happening tomorrow? Is A&M North Carolina tomorrow?
I think A&M North Carolina is tomorrow.
7 p.m. No, we might be very bored. We'll see at that time. Ole Miss, Indiana. I actually really want to watch that game. That's at 11:30 Central, and then I think that's everything until the national championship, right?
Yeah. I got to hop on here at some point and play the next game of the Navy franchise.
Who do you have?
We got Duke next. I
Okay.
think I feel good about Duke. It's we're trying to take Navy from option to more of an air raid system. And I bumped it up. We beat Alabama actually 24-21, the first game of the year. I had it on All-American. Then I bumped up the Heisman, and that proved to be a little bit more of a challenge. I used to play on Heisman all the time, but I just don't have the horses this year. So we had a soul-crushing loss to Michigan where we went for 2. We were up 22-21.
Oh.
And then they ended up coming back to beat us at the gun. Got absolutely throttled by Oklahoma. I've got the newest rosters in, so it's all like current players.
Nice.
But now we're at a point where
Alabama's having a 0 blitz. 1 second left. Okay.
Now we're at a point where we need to we obviously need to try and recruit some talent to come on in and make the team better. So I'm going to do that at some point. I don't know when.
All right.
But
cool.
So look, we picked up a ton of new followers today. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you, one and all, for stopping on by, for watching this game with us. As Dan said, tune in tomorrow. He's going to be live at some point with Jeff Schwartz. We do a show called Big Boy Bets with Jeff Schwartz on our Solid Verbal Network.
Link too, if you just want to pop in and be like, Oregon's down 14, see ya.
Yeah, you're gonna be on with Jeff Schwartz, and then obviously as we get into the national championship, I would expect that we'll do something similar to what we did today. But it's been fun chatting with everybody. We can't thank you enough for all your time, all your support, all the new followers out there. It's a lot of fun. You'll get notified now, depending on where you followed, whenever we do like some of the gameplay stuff. So much more to come from us on this platform. But
yeah,
final score 31-14. Notre Dame covers in a backdoor.
Nice pro move.
But alas, Notre Dame is not on the same level as Alabama marches on.
True. All right. Follow us where you can. Subscribe where you can. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe Ty will stop by, and we'll see you soon. That's all.